Okay. So last time we were all together, it was kind of actually a continuation as far as I can like I had to go back a little bit and we had we were in the fire giant's not lair but like abode or of whatever sort, and we hadn't started fighting him yet. So that was basically most of last session just in general. Um I guess like we planned out a big thing last session to on how we were gonna maybe trap him and take care of him. We took out his little minion quickly, and then it kind of seemed like the giant didn't care about us at all, and didn't really do anything until we started attacking him. He almost completely obliterated one of us and then closed the door when we were trying to trying to lure him out to the trap in the hallway. And we spent a while trying to figure out, is like, well, now what? Like, now what do we do? And it kind of ended with this weird just getting through, nudging the door open enough that we could get through. We found out he was sitting behind it, and then smacking everybody. For some reason, tried to climb him, which seemed to like go real bad every time. So we just kind of like picked away at him until he died. We had done enough damage that we were close enough to finish him off, but had to just like pick away at his health a little bit more. Then after killing him, we spent a few hours in game getting him out the door, as it were, and being congratulated by the what is their name again? The menagerie, I guess, the masked people. Were very excited and gave us our comeuppance, I suppose, and I'll pass it off to whoever from there.
Typically, we go down the list.
I think Homer's eating still.
You can keep eating. I'll go ahead. There's honestly not much more to cover, really. After defeating the fire giant, we got a lot of praise in the caravan, and that allowed us some more freedom in terms of getting some outside time. And I think at this point, everyone started scheming in some way to try and escape if it was viable. Uh, no plans really came to fruition at that point, and eventually the caravan came onto a village where they seemed to encircle it and do some dealings with some orcs. The group was unfortunately chosen to present a show where we fought another monster. A Bahir?
Yes.
Okay. Thankfully, it wasn't too much trouble other than eating egg whole. But we were able to take it down quickly after that, and after that, moving along, we ended up in a new location where apparently the previous groups had failed, and we were sent out and given 3 days, was it, to complete whatever they wanted, and otherwise the necklaces explode. It's been a while. I'm a little
Are you
fuzzy.
asking?
Yes.
Anybody else remember?
I do.
Yeah.
So it's a vaguely serpentine creature. It is abiding presumably at like the bottom of a well near some cliffs by the seaside. We get 3 days, like you said, before they're just gonna leave. The necklaces with the eye symbol that watch us will explode, but at the end of 3 days will just be kind of considered dead, and the caravan's gonna take off.
And a tiny tidbit before the end is Darby's patron put some whispers into his brain that apparently the quarry that we are going after is somehow related to his patron.
A couple of tidbits of detail to add to that is that it was uh, both Darby and Egg got yeeted at different points in time in the fight with the fire giant. But it was Anon who knocked him unconscious with his excellent skills as an Indiana Jones type whip master.
Hell yeah.
Knocking him out. Darby did have to have a kind of private meeting with the Mad Masks of the Menagerie, which is their name, I believe, in that they were very upset that he was quote unquote cheating by summoning a gun. Basically, it was a weapon that he didn't choose from their box. So now in order to take his gun, he's got to get a coin out of the box. We did spend a little time enjoying some drive-in theater at the Orc Village, regaling the orcs with a movie clip of our daring do, and they were very excited to see all of that before we had the fight with Bahir. It is probably a good idea to note that we have been moving up the line in the caravan, so we're not towards the back anymore. We're a good chunk closer to the front cart, etc., etc. We haven't had any luck contacting the Thrice King anymore. We haven't been able to find him in the woods, despite my having left little carvings of arrows in various trees whenever we can get away from the caravan. We are quite famous now in the caravan amongst the masks, and they treat us very well in that we get exercise and maybe a little piece of fruit here and there, and they kind of treat us more like pets than the other factors and prisoners that they have. And yeah, I think we were just about to choose all of our adventuring gear prior to going down the well, and we will see what happens next.
Yep.
Okay. So, I know we've been away for some time. Anybody have any predictions, hopes, dreams, aspirations for this session?
Well, aside from not dying in the fight with the mysterious creature that is somehow related to Darby's patron, I'm actually hoping that we can get back to the caravan because I want to see if we can escape with all of our gear and our magic items. I don't really want to just take off at the end of the 3 days with nothing, So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you guys have already selected your gear for heading down, correct?
I don't think we have. I think we were about to before, but we ended session right before we chose all of our gear.
Oh. Well, then we can go ahead and pick up right there. Anybody have any questions about that?
What was the exact breakdown? I remember it was 3 magical items.
3 magical items, 3 weapons, 5 adventuring items, and 1 armor. 9 total items. It's 3 weapons, 5 adventuring items, 1 armor. 3 of those could be magic.
Yes. So what are you folks taking?
I'm taking the Devouring Edge, a halberd, a javelin, a half plate, the gauntlets of ogre power, the cloak of protection, a potion, and the compass. That's what I have written down.
Okay.
I still have 2 adventuring gear slots open.
Should bring
Is there,
rations.
What are you taking so far for the other slot?
it's all stuff for me, not like
Oh,
group
I see.
related.
I see.
So I didn't know if there was some sort of utility item that would have benefited the whole. Rations isn't a terrible idea.
Probably gonna bring a tinder box and oil again, like a flask of oil.
Okay.
So should I bring some rope as well as my third item? Probably.
I'm bringing the rope of climbing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm bringing studded leather armor. I'm taking the boots of elven kind, the rope of climbing, and my arcane focus. And then as my other 2, I'm getting an antitoxin and rations. And then for my weapons, it's going to be a dagger and a light crossbow with bolts.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'll have 60 feet of rope. Magic rope.
Okay, I have my rapier, the gun token, breastplate, my amulet, my stone of good luck, thieves' tools, my tricorn hat, and then 2 rations.
Tricorn hat specifically.
Mhm.
Style more important than substance.
Yes.
Hey,
Alright,
out
is
of
everybody-
out of the things we can choose, could I choose a potion of healing? Do they have that?
Well, I'm bringing an antitoxin, so I would.
Where are you getting this antitoxin? I don't even know.
It's
don't
in
even
the
know what that
adventuring gear
is.
list. It's
What adventuring gear list?
in the book.
Is standard adventuring gear. Let's see. Healing. Potion of healing. That is standard adventuring gear. So yes, you may
Oh,
take
yeah.
a standard potion of healing, or
Yeah.
3, or however many.
I'm taking 1, so
I'll take one as well. As my last
Should I
item.
only take 1 ration then and take 1 more potion as an emergency thing?
Paul, what are you taking?
I am taking a tinder box, a flask of oil, and a potion of healing.
That's it.
Oh, right, it's 5 items, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm also gonna take a rope as well. Actually, no, I'm gonna take a hammer and I'm just taking a quick look here.
A vial of poison's also standard adventuring gear.
And Piton, I think.
Okay.
Or like
Are
a set
you-
of them, I guess.
Yeah, Pythons. Are you taking weapons or armor?
Oh, total, yeah. I'm taking the longbow, a short sword, breastplate, and slippers of spider climbing.
Do you think we
when
need a
you-
portable RAM for any reason?
So when you say longbow, you mean the magic one, right?
The magic one, yeah.
Castellanid slug. That's how it's spelled.
Sorry, what? Oh, I don't have the.
In
Gotcha.
D&D chat.
Yeah, okay.
It means throw lightning.
Makes sense. Castellinid slug.
Castellinid slag.
Very cool.
I'm gonna call it Cassidy.
Sure.
Cassidy.
Call it whatever you want to call it. Oh shit!
I will be right
rain is
back.
coming.
That's rain in your background?
Yep.
Damn.
We had thunderstorms. 2 thunderstorms in the last week, and
Proper ones.
yeah, in the let's see, we've been here what 3 years now? 2, 3,
2.5.
2.5. So in the 11.5 years that I've lived in Seattle, I think I have seen 4 thunderstorms, 2 of which happened in the last week.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
It was very exciting.
It's because it's getting warmer here. Like as the temperature rises as a standard, you'll see them more often. Typically, it's not humid or warm enough to have thunderstorms in the Northwest.
Sounds like a dream.
I like thunderstorms.
I do too, and I hate warmth.
Yeah, I do wish like that's the only drawback of like living up here outside of, global warming, is that we didn't get thunderstorms, but I think I would trade thunderstorms for heat easily. It's like, just, you can keep the thunderstorms, let's keep it cool. Once everybody's back, I think we can get going.
I am here.
Okay, how would you guys like to proceed? You are armed and outfitted. You have everything you need. What is the plan?
Can we hear the
Our-
description of where we are again? Kind of like the cliffs and where we have to go?
Didn't write that down, I think.
Well,
because
how about I read what I have and then you just
yeah,
kind of
because
correct me.
I'm looking at my notes and I don't see it.
Mhm.
I have that we've come to a coastal cliffside and the wagons are drawn up. And it's got kind of like an old stone, I guess well. I kind of assumed that it was a well, but it's like a hole in the ground and it goes down into the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't write down whether or not there's any kind of apparatus for like rope going down into it or anything like that. It's just kind of, it's a hole in the ground. It goes into the cliff.
I don't have it that you guys have really investigated it beyond like seeing it from a distance. But from the map that's on your screens at the base of Fantasy Grounds, if you weren't sure, you're basically at that tip where Shipbreaker Bay Village is, like to the southeast of that.
Gotcha.
So, as you're overlooking that bay and seeing the islands out there, those are literally the islands that you're seeing in the map. Yes, it is a giant hole in the ground. Well, not giant, but a large hole in the ground. If you guys get close enough to inspect it, you'll see that there are very tiny stairs that look as though they're maybe built out of dirt and stone that are wrapping around the large hole in the ground in a spiral pattern going down.
How far from the caravan are we at this point?
The caravan would probably be a good 200-300 yards away from the cliff edge, and the hole itself is almost touching the cliff edge.
Hmm. Can I pull Pedalin aside for a bit?
I don't see why
Sure.
not.
Pedalin, do you have a moment?
Sure, what you need?
I'm gonna walk the two of us a bit away from the other two, out of
Okay.
earshot.
Okay.
So, you know how we've both made deals with powers beyond our own.
Yes.
It
Is
turns
yours
out
Go ahead.
the creature we're going to face, the one I work for knows of it. It was apparently trying to get its attention.
The creature was trying to get your boss's attention?
I'm not sure of the exact relationship, but I feel that there may be some repercussions.
Mm. Do you think that you're going to have a conflict of interest in fighting this monster?
Conflict of interest, no. Pull their scorn, most likely.
Mm.
Do you remember the message, or should I repeat it?
I remember the gist of it. A repetition wouldn't hurt.
Okay. So to refresh the player's memory, what Darby just experienced very recently was laughter filling his head, and then the familiar voice of his patron silently speaking to him said, "Most intriguing. I detect the unmistakable presence of myself mixed with a memory. A brat I'd nearly forgotten. Powerful, secretive, and oh so cunning, how she begged for my favor. Always eager to trade something for more power. Either you enter and I reclaim a bit of what was lost, or you enter and it claims you. Either way, a win. I'm curious to see if she achieved her goal."
From what it sounded like, it was an ex-girlfriend.
Oh no. I I know better than to get in between a lover's spat, but a lover's spat with this kind of magical power riding on it? You've got to be kidding me.
Whatever it turns out to be, I don't think we're going to have an easy time.
Do you I mean,
Hold on. Anon and Egg, give me perception checks. Anon. Stomach. Wow, you both rolled identical. Well, your results were identical. You had very different actual physical rolls. So both Anon and Egg will notice something that they had been seeing happen over the last several days, but weren't entirely sure if it was just a matter of maybe dehydration or the strange humidity around this area, which you've now been, identified as being coastal humidity. But you notice that several of the masks in various locations around the caravan, especially those near the table of goods and items that you selected, are very intently watching Darby and Petalin in their conversation. And you could almost swear that the animal faces on their masks are like squinting as though they're straining to listen or pay extra attention to what's going on there. And as you're watching, you notice it's almost like they flicker in and out of your visual perception. And this is the thing that you'd noticed happening frequently or more frequently. Like they're there for a moment and then it's almost like, to put it in out of character terms, like they glitch slightly to the side for a few moments. Like they're standing slightly off center or off kilter or even tilted slightly, and then they jerk back into a normal their normal previously perceived location.
Hmm.
Well, regardless if we make it through this or not, we won't be able to get anywhere with these things hanging around our necks.
Well, I have a hunch that if we return to the caravan, we'll be able to find a way out with more than just all these rags and little bits and pieces that they give us. But in regards to this thing that's down there, you wouldn't have any idea what kind of goal a girlfriend of a great power might have? Like, any way that we might prepare for what she may be or be able to do?
All I know is she's powerful.
Well, it's probably best if we warn the others. I mean, obviously, this hunt is not like the previous ones, but any advantage that we have for all four of us getting out of there alive is worth sharing. Though, obviously, if you don't want to expose your patron, I won't say anything either, but it is best that we tell the other two that we're gonna be in for a rough one.
I'm not too particularly keen on sharing with the new guy.
He's already seen you talk to a gun. He's seen me try to talk to a bat. I think he knows we're weird enough already.
And Egg's always talking to his weapon, and the weapon talks back.
Exactly.
If I check the amulet, is it like weighed down still? Like can't remove it?
I mean, they never feel heavy unless you're trying to take them off.
Should I try something crazy?
Why not?
Okay, I'm gonna try casting Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised we haven't tried that yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's messing with my other amulet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't look as good wearing two amulets.
2 chains. I
Yeah.
need you to make a charisma check.
Inspiration.
Okay. Okay. As you cast the spell, you struggle a little bit and like just kind of force the magic into the amulet itself, feeling it resist it. And as you do so, you see the lid of the eye snap shut.
When it does that, can I pull it off?
Do you try?
I do.
Yes.
And
As
I'm
you
gonna
go. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna attempt to hurl it off the cliff edge.
Okay, so as you take off the amulet, you notice that all of the members of the masks that were previously intently watching you, like they all snap their gaze like directly onto the amulet itself, but then almost all of them fade out of existence. They just kind of blink out, and you see that there are maybe only a small handful of masks left as you hurl the amulet over the cliff. Make a strength check. Let's see if you actually make it. Yeah, easily. So it sails over the large hole in the ground and over the cliff itself, and you're not sure if it'll make it down into the water or if maybe it'll get caught or hung on the rocks somewhere, but it's definitely gone. You see that small handful of masks quickly and hurriedly make their way over to the table of magic items and goods and start digging through and rooting through it. What do you do?
Best be on our way, and I'm gonna head towards the hole.
Okay. So you're like when you get there, I'm assuming you're gonna hurry down the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What is everybody else doing now that this has happened?
Yeah, when he throws it, I'm just like, what the?
I know, right? I'm just like, my jaw's on the floor, and I'm like, what the fuck?
uh,
I'm gonna look at the caravan, and I want to see if I can count quickly. Oh wait, no, I see.
Yeah. Nothing
'Cause
changed for you.
Nothing changed for me, but I see that they're rooting around on the table. Yes.
Yes, you do see a small handful of about 6 or 7 are now pointing in Darby's direction. Actually, Darby, you will hear them chattering amongst one another, but you aren't able to make out the language that they're speaking.
We've never heard them speaking before.
But Pedalin, you see them pointing fervently and making various gestures, and it looks like they're rooting through stuff and pointing at Darby as well. But Darby is almost running to the large hole.
I'm gonna kind of slowly back away towards the hole, but I want to keep an eye on them because I want to see what it is that they're bringing out of the table. Like, I'm backing away, but I'm keeping an eye on them.
Are you just want to make sure that you recall Darby's words and his actions as you do so?
You know what? What I'm more recalling is the last time somebody pissed him off, they broke an item, a magic item. So I guess I'll follow swiftly after Darby and just not worry about it.
Okay.
But when we get to the hole, I want to stop and look back and see if I can see what they've pulled out.
Egg and Anon.
egg.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Come on, egg. What do you do?
I guess Egg is just gonna follow Darby. I don't really know what else to do.
Okay. And Anon.
Yeah. I'll just start being like, whoa, 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 we can fix this as I'm running like backwards. Like I'm facing them, just be like, whoa, it's okay, it's okay. And I'm just like, I'll keep an eye out, whatever. And I just start running to catch up.
Okay. Pedalin, as the last to arrive at the hole, moving slowest and keeping the most careful eye on the table, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. You want it in the tower, I guess?
Yes. Try as you might to get a good look, you aren't entirely able to make out exactly what was grabbed from one of the chests, except that it is quite small. It looks like maybe a small, like almost a jewelry box. And as you rapidly duck down the stairs to follow after your group, you see them open it, and coming from within the box is this thin, wispy smoke that rapidly, almost like darts into the air. You could swear you can almost see it looking around, and then it just starts to almost fly directly towards the hole.
Oh shit.
So as everybody, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna yell at the others. You know, they're sending something after us.
Okay. So, as the group rapidly descends down the narrow, thin stairs, I would like everybody to go ahead and make an acrobatics or actually, yes, acrobatics check, because this is a rapid descent of what would already be a difficult stairway. Yeah, that's a lot of 19s.
Nice.
And pedal in, of course. Make a reflex
yay.
save, please, or dexterity saving throw.
Here we go.
Oh, you're fine. Petalin, you stumble over your own footsteps as you're looking over your shoulder, looking for any sign of this odd thing that was released. But as you do, you kind of stumble, but catch yourself on the wall and keep yourself from tumbling down the stairs like a comical bowling ball. It's actually not as deep of a stairwell as you might think. It's almost as though there is some sort of layer of magical darkness or some such keeping the light from penetrating, as after maybe only 20 steps or so around, like not even fully circling the wall, the light from outside has completely disappeared. So those of you without dark vision are now blind in the dark.
But we are at the bottom.
No. You're still on the stairs, but you're blind in the dark.
And descending rapidly.
Well, I would assume that you would start to slow down as you realize that you've lost your vision and can no longer see in this treacherous stairwell.
And here I went picking the ability to read.
And I guess the
I'm the
devouring
only
edge
one.
if he can see in the dark.
The edge lets Egg know that his concept of sight is alien.
Can he daredevil sense in the dark?
He lets you know that there is a source
Spatial
of metal
awareness.
nearby.
Nice.
It's probably
So-
what you're carrying.
That's very true.
So I'm the only one with dark vision now then, yes?
Yeah.
Think so?
Okay. So I guess can I see enough to where I could pull something out of my bag?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to pull out the rope of climbing. And I'm
Okay.
going to will it to travel to each of my companions. I'm going to tell them to take a hold of it. And that way we can all kind of keep together as we go down the steps.
Hold on.
Um,
What is going on? What the hell happened? How did you get this off? And I point to the thing.
Darby, he's pointing
well,
at his
no-
amulet right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I'm still pointing at it.
Yeah. No, I see you.
Have I
It's a
seen the-
conversation I need to have, and I don't need prying eyes.
So were you planning to have this conversation by yourself? We all have these on still.
That's a good point.
Uh-huh.
We'll see how it goes.
Also, you could have done it like when they weren't watching you.
Have I seen
But
this
there was
smoke
a
thing
cliff
before?
edge.
I was the only
No.
one that saw the smoke thing.
Okay.
No, and you definitely have not seen it before.
Okay, so I'm freaked out right now.
So as nobody has lit a light and everybody has stalled on the stairs, before too much longer, piercing the canopy of darkness is indeed an incorporeal white wispy smoke that almost glows and provides some small amount of illumination in the darkness itself. As it pierces the layer of darkness, it begins to glow a very malevolent red, and rapidly starts to expand.
Ah, shit.
Oh, that's not good.
That seems bad.
Well,
I
we can
suggest
see
we
now, so
hurry.
down we keep going.
Okay. With the light illuminating your way, the group does indeed continue to rapidly descend, it seems. I'm guessing everybody's going, yeah?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody's going quickly to try to avoid the expanding, gaseous, incorporeal, glowing red mist smoke thing. So after a couple of turns on the stairwell, you do indeed find yourself, like you pass through the layer of darkness for a second time, into what is probably more natural darkness, but find yourselves standing before a great glowing door. don't know if you guys have the background open in fantasy.
It's very
Grounds, but
cool.
this-
Yeah.
I can see
Ah.
that door.
Yes, lit with several orange glowing coals. You can feel the heat coming off of them, and it's like the light that they produce is being pulled into the door itself. What do you do?
I never thought I'd say this, but run to the door.
Yeah, you have maybe a few seconds before the first signs of the red wispy mist are just poking through that second layer of darkness.
Okay, so we're going then, I guess.
Okay.
Nowhere to
I'm
go
gonna
but
take
forward.
back the rope of climbing from everybody and put it in my pack as we're running.
Okay. So everybody's running to the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything
And-
else in this room aside from the door?
I mean, there are a few glowing crystalline structures along let's say if the door is north, then on the wall east and west there are some rigid little crystals that seem to be like embedded into the wall.
Oh, I wish we weren't running. I want to investigate those. Actually, can I take a detour while we're running and run over to one of the walls where the crystals are?
You
Can I reach them?
absolutely can.
I would like to take my dagger and attempt to knock one of the crystals off quickly.
All right, so Pedalin is going to detour while the other three are running to the door. How do you intend to get through the door? Is this like charge your shoulder into it? What because I want to know what the plan is here.
I'm just
What's
trying to get
the,
away from the smoke. So when I get to the
Yeah.
door, I'm probably just going to turn around and like draw my weapon ready for a fight if I need to.
What is
Egg
the
intends to
scale
knock.
here?
Okay, Egg intends to knock. Darby asked a question. What was it?
What's the actual scale of the door here?
You guys would probably come up to like, I'm trying to think if there's anything on here that's like, you see the two like looks like little handholds for where it would open.
Mm-hmm.
That would be human height.
Right. Okay.
So Egg's going to run up and knock. Anon's going to run up, turn around, draw his weapon. Darby?
After he knocks, I'm gonna yell out, "I've come to see a woman about some deep sea entity."
Okay, so as Darby, Egg, and Anon rapidly approach the door, you see that the veins on the door begin to glow in that same color as the crystalline structures, which is kind of like that almost seafoam color, and it creates an outline which is the same shape as Darby's amulet. And as Darby grows near to it, that glow outline completes, and the doors begin to swing inward freely. So no knocking needs to be said. Anon, the doors are open by the time you reach them. So what next?
How far off is Petalin from us?
Oh, she's a significant distance away as she has decided to run to the walls and try to scrape out one of these crystals.
Okay.
Pedalin, you reach the wall. You find that the crystals are quite deeply embedded within, and they run like vertically through the wall itself. So how would you like to try and break one off?
How much can I look back and see how much time I have before the smoke's gonna get me?
You're not going to make it to the door.
Well, damn.
You certainly can reach the wall, but you won't have time to do anything else.
All right. Well,
So what
Seeing
is the
now-
plan?
seeing now that the door is open and the smoke is right behind me, I guess we're gonna just keep running for the door then.
You
Change
don't
plan.
have time to run to the door. You will be enveloped in the smoke. The smoke, imagine a large square room. The smoke is originating from the center. You are on the east wall, so it's going to fill out the space before you're able to run diagonally to reach the door in the middle of the north wall.
I thought it was behind me at the end of the room.
No, it did. Did everybody else kind of feel that way? I thought I had explained that it's like a smoke or like a gas that was expanding and filling the space that it's in.
Yeah, because this is the
Right.
bottom of the hole, right? Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought we came in from one side though.
No, we came in
across
from.
a chamber.
No, I didn't get that feeling
This is
at
the
all.
bottom of the hole.
Yeah, like the smoke is filling from the top down, and this is the bottom of
Yeah.
the hole, like a big cylinder
Yeah.
or something.
Correct.
Oh.
Which is why I kept running and was like, go, like,
I thought that we came in through like a gap on one wall.
no.
No, you passed through a layer of magical darkness,
Mm.
which was like like a fog layer.
So we came in the center of the room.
No, no, hold on. Where is here? Crystals are here.
Or are you drawing it out?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Is the spray can not a tool in paint anymore? That's too bad.
Sorry to derail the flow of the running and everything. I'm not getting it.
See, the way I'm picturing it is think of like a cup or something, right? We
Okay.
were running around down the outside, like a spiral going
Mhm.
down, and the smoke was
Yes.
going like water pouring through the middle and expanding
Okay.
outwards.
I gotcha now. Okay. So the door is this piece over here on the left-hand side.
It's the rectangle, yes.
And that means I am at the north end there by the crystals.
North or south doesn't matter.
All right. Welp.
So, okay. When I get to the door and I see it's opening, I'm kind of like excited and look back and like, come on. And then I see that she's all the way over there, and I guess I'm going to just be like, aw, shit, and start running over to help her.
There's no way you'll make it. You're gonna run
There's no
right
way?
into the cloud. Yeah,
It's expanded that much already. Okay.
yeah. There is an imperative to either go in or face the cloud.
I go in. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, seeing the doors open, and that we aren't gonna need any of this crystal nonsense, then it's better to head towards the door and just do that than waste any more time here at the wall. So I guess we'll ignore the crystals for now and just run towards the wall.
Again, you're going to run through the cloud in
I'm
doing
aware
so.
of that, but it's better to try and stay with the party than get trapped in here with the smoke, which I don't know what it's gonna do.
Maybe it's happy smoke.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it was weirdly phantasmal and red, so it's probably
If only
not.
there was some way you had of moving yourself from one location to another instantaneously.
Oh right, I forgot I have this.
God damn it.
I'm
I
sitting
didn't
here
actually-
waiting for her to blow a spell slot, and I'm like, why isn't
Yeah.
she doing it?
Well, fine.
I actually
Do
forgot she
that.
had it.
Me too.
I thought it was only Darby that did for some reason.
All right. Well, we'll Misty step our way to the door.
Okay. So, Misty stepping to avoid the malevolent mist, Petalin reappears near the doorway. Does all of the party jump through?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Sure.
Okay. Everybody goes inside, and as you do so, the doors snap shut. There is no light within.
I'm just gonna be taking notes for a second, so y'all can do whatever while I
All
do
right.
that.
Is everybody okay?
I am okay.
Okay, we
Okay
need to
is a
have this
relative
conversation. What is going on? What happened? I've never seen this before.
I told you they sent something after us.
You're good with magic. What was that smoke? I just point to Petalin.
I can't see you pointing at me.
No,
because it's
you-
pitch
You have
black
dark
in here.
vision.
Yeah, it's
Oh, pitch black.
well, actually, I think dark vision 5e. I think it allows you to see, but it's as though like you see it low light, so no detail, disadvantage on perception checks, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, so I can actually
Yeah.
still see him then.
Yes.
Well, I'm not. I'm probably pointing like at a wall, or wherever
Yeah.
I heard your voice.
Right. He's just pointing in a general direction.
I've never seen any of that either, but it came out of the box. The masked man sent it after us after Darby took off his amulet.
Yeah. Okay. About that. If we can do that, why? I mean, here I like point to it. Well, again, you don't see it, but I'm pointing to it. Like, get it off all of us.
Darby, he's pointing at his amulet again.
I would absolutely love to. However, I can only do that only so many times.
Well, we're
Okay.
gonna be down here for a few days. Well, excuse me. We have a few days down here to hatch a plan before the caravan leaves. So,
Okay.
I don't know how adamant they'll be on leaving now.
That's probably a good
Who
call.
knows?
well, with the three of us all still wearing our amulet, they know that we're still alive. So, if we die, then they'll definitely leave.
Okay. We can fix this. We will get our mark. We will bring it back, the ones with necklaces, and then we will pretend that you died in the process. You can go away, and the rest of us can live happily with the caravan. This is fine.
I would like to point out that he can't get away because our amulets are aware that he is alive because they can see him. So we can't
Yeah.
pretend that he's dead.
You're right. We're gonna have to kill you after we're done. I'm sorry. Do you three see a better way? I'm sorry. What is going on here? It seems like everything was not great, but at least survivable, and then you three come along, and now being chased by gas, you're all talking to your weaponry. What is going on?
I find that offensive. I have not spoken to any weaponry.
No, you just have a bat for a boyfriend. I'm sorry, you're the normal one of this group. I forgot.
Well, to be honest, I'm pretty sure my boyfriend is trapped in the caravan, so I have a reason to go back.
Okay.
When did this develop?
Well, you know how we kind of saw those carts the other day that had like the heavy black fabric all over it? And you know how he kind of has an aversion to sunlight?
Lots of
And-
people.
And how also he didn't come and see me? I mean, us.
Oh, so
come-
your
come and see
boyfriend
us?
just stands you up one time and suddenly he's been kidnapped. I see how it is.
You have no idea how I feel about my boyfriend, so you can just shut the hell up, Egg.
Yeah, Egg. This is an important
Oh.
discussion we're having here.
In the dark.
I'm sorry. That was a little bit triggering for me, I've had some boyfriends die on me in the past. My apologies.
Okay, listen. I
Look,
honestly
it's always
don't
stressful.
care what your guys' situation is. We need to get through this together. So, what is the next step?
I think step 1 is going to be getting the mark. Because without the mark, we definitely can't go back. And
Right.
For
I
what it's
think-
worth, I don't think there's any getting this mark.
What
Well,
makes you so sure?
Call it intuition.
You've seen what we're going after then before?
Seen, no. Some details, yes.
Oh, good. Any details would be really appreciated right now since we're in hell.
Hell would be brighter.
surprisingly cool down here for
Yeah,
being
that's a
hell.
good call. Okay.
It is a cloying, clammy, chilly feeling to the air.
Okay. Is there anything we can do for light? Let's call this step 1.
Good call.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Looking
interested in.
Through my gear, I did not bring anything that can do something like that.
Does neither of you know how to cast light?
I can start a fire, but I don't have a torch.
Well,
Mhm.
does anyone still have their burlap?
So
No.
technically,
Mm-hmm.
technically, prestidigitation can
It's a
light a
small spark
candle
of light.
or light a torch or anything like that. So if we can kind of finagle a torch or something like that, I can light it.
I have the javelin.
Okay,
Okay.
well, someone took some oil, right?
I have oil and yeah, but I don't have any like wood to light up.
Okay, I'm gonna rip my sleeves off.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. We're wearing proper clothing now.
Well, proper's a stretch. I'm gonna try and get the javelin from Egg in the dark.
I will aid them in this trial. Just kind
Sure.
of like guiding their hands together.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna
holds-
wrap the sleeves around the pointy end of the javelin.
Make a survival check. At disadvantage.
Well,
Hey.
That was not in the tower, so sadly it doesn't count.
Oh.
because my Logitech mouse is now getting the double clicking thing, and I'm too lazy to get another one out of the closet.
This is why I don't use Logitech mice anymore. Okay. Darby fashions to the best of his ability a makeshift torch in the dark.
And then
I
I'll get
presume then dousing it with oil, of course.
yes.
Mhm.
I will attempt to light it with prestidigitation.
Okay. The torch leaps to life, illuminating a small square chamber, which you have entered just for your own orientation from the south. In the center of the room is a crudely carved pyramid marked with, you see, there's at least one runestone facing, or one rune facing you carved into it. At each corner of the room is a statue. Again, very crudely carved, almost tribal or totemic. Each one holding a basin in front of it, and with a ring around their what would be the necks. They're vaguely, and I mean vaguely, humanoid.
Huh.
Sorry, there was a basin in front of each and a ring around each.
They have little hands carved onto the basins as well, so it looks as though they are holding these empty basins. Yes.
Okay. And then the ring is on the floor.
No, the ring is around their neck.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I guess I would like to go and investigate one of these statues.
Okay. As you're taking a look at the statue, the very tribal-esque art on it makes it look as though the face that's looking at you. Actually, which one do you want to look at? Northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest.
We came in from the south, so I'll look at the southeast.
Okay. So looking at that one, it looks as though it's like a crying or sad face. But roll investigation.
Okay. This one.
As you're kind of checking out the thing, would you touch it at all? What would you do in investigating it?
Am I tall enough to see into the basin?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna touch it. I would like to kind of walk around it and see if there's anything written on the basin or if I can read it or anything like that.
There isn't really a walking around. They're like built into the corners of the room.
Okay. So no words on the basin or anything like that?
No.
And you said it had like a crying or sad face?
Yes.
Okay.
It looks as though there may be something carved on the other side of its head, just based off kind of, as you walk around it as best you can.
Like on the back side of the head?
Yeah.
Alright, so they're vaguely humanoid. How tall are they? Are they like humanoid size? Or are they like massive?
They're a bit taller than a standard human. Like they're maybe 8 feet tall.
Okay. Alright, I'd like to go look at the southwest statue and see if it matches the other one identically or not.
It is almost. I mean, they all look hand carved, so nothing about them is identical. But this one too looks as though it's holding or having a sad expression.
Okay.
What do you think it means?
I honestly have no idea. But the last time that I recall there being basins like this was we had to put something in it to activate the statue behind it in order to create
Additionally,
an effect.
As Petalin moves about the room, and I assume Darby moves the torch along with her, you'll see that vaguely illuminated by torchlight what look to be 3 indentations on the northeast and west wall that could be doorways.
Okay.
No other carvings of sorts on those alleged doorways.
None. But the 3-sided runestone pyramid appears to face each of those.
Hmm.
And if we go look at that, what are we looking at?
You can read anything, right? Any language?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that will make this a little bit easier for you. But as you go to read the runestone with your torch, first and foremost, you'll notice that there looks to be a bundle of clothing and some splintered bones on the opposite side of the large runestone pillar on the north end. Additionally, as you check out the actual runestone in the center itself, you'll see that the rune that faces the west wall says death. As you continue around, the rune that faces the north wall or recession doorway says truth. And the rune that faces the east wall also says death.
The body and the bones.
Oh, sorry. West wall is truth. North and east say death.
Boy, that could have been bad.
Well, that's why I corrected. Mm-hmm. The bones and
Does it is it like a full set of clothing?
it's looks as though it's largely rotted away. It's sticky as though it like something decayed wearing it. Like it sticks to the bones even, like they've almost fused together.
Is it too deteriorated to like try and tell if it was like common clothing or like fancy clothing?
Do you like boot it? Do you touch it? What's going on?
Is the body like in a neat pile or just kind of collapsed there?
Kind of collapsed.
Well, I can't take his shirt for the sleeves, so I'm going to leave him.
Okay. So you don't touch it at all?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
The writing that was there, is it by chance the one other language that I know? Or was it something totally different?
It is not a language that. Well, actually, let me look and see what language you know. Yes, it was the language you know.
Hey, look at that. Didn't even need the eyeballs. Okay, so I have a sense of the theme of the room.
Sure.
So I'll inform the group. Hey, those two say death, and this one says it's okay.
Okay,
I guess I like that
Oh.
one then.
I didn't build the room. It's just
Why are
the
they so
one door
sad?
that doesn't say death.
Oh,
What type of language is this?
Not one that you would hear all too often.
No, I would suppose
certainly not.
not.
well, I can tell you that it's not gnomish.
I could also tell you that.
Is it ogre?
Can ogres write? Can ogres
Well, that's
read?
why I wouldn't know. I've never seen an ogre write before.
I don't even think I've ever heard of an ogre reading.
Nobody else does speak or understand this language.
It was a unique flavor language I took.
A flavor language?
Mm-hmm.
Probably ogre.
It
Yeah,
made
probably.
sense for the character build.
He's the mayor of Flavortown over there.
Okay, we know which door it is, but not how to open said door.
Well, can we inspect the markings on the wall that look like it might be a doorway?
It's just a slight recession.
Mm.
I mean, clearly you just have to put truth in its bowl. Spit some fat beats.
God
Not
damn.
some knowledge.
Darby, touch the indentation here on the west wall.
Okay, I'll place my hand on it.
Feels almost warm to the touch, but feels like stone. Again, to express this to everybody, there is like, it's like you haven't showered in 3 days because you've been camping. You're sweaty as shit because you've just finished packing or unpacking something, and now there's a cool breeze blowing by, and it's that cool clamminess. Like that's the general feeling of this room. And yet
Very
the
fuzzy.
stone is warm to the touch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it doesn't seem to want to open for your amulet like the big door did.
You also notice that it's almost like the shadows are licking at the flame of your torch.
Gross.
We should hurry because we have a limited amount of oil. Maybe Egg is right. Maybe we have to say some truth to the door in order to get it to open.
Maybe. I mean, I was also thinking maybe they were just thirsty. Maybe they just want fire in their bowl because they like to eat fire here.
What?
Yeah, what?
The way the fire was getting like sucked into that door, the entrance door.
Oh.
Well, I'm gonna go investigate the poor schmuck who died in here.
Okay. How do you do so?
I'm gonna use my rapier to kind of poke it and move it around.
Okay. As you disturb the cloth, several small
Nope.
black.
No, Google, stop.
As you disturb the cloth, several small black insect-like creatures scurry from underneath it, and you see them disappear into unseen cracks in the room, almost disappearing as soon as they leave the torchlight. But as you disturb it, you see that the pile of clothing and bone was concealing what looks to be a large bone yellow scroll, which is tightly wound around maybe an ebony pin. Additionally, at the base of the runestone in the center of the room, there are two small hooks that look as though maybe the scroll were designed to hang from there.
Well, we're stuck in here, so I'm gonna open up the scroll, hoping it
Okay.
doesn't explode in my face.
As you do so, a familiar script greets you. I will send you. Oh, you know what? I can actually do it here.
Can I help you?
I thought you might like to share with the group. Remember what I said about advantages for everyone getting out alive earlier?
That is
doesn't
a whole
sound
lot of
cryptic
gibberish.
At all.
I wouldn't call it so much as an advantage as a fucking riddle to open a door.
Oh, goody, a riddle. Should definitely share it with the group.
The one who weeps at sight of blood is one who shall weep first. He stands next to his glad brother who relishes bloodthirst. Oh god, it rhymes too.
Ah, yeah!
Another
Alright.
weeps from mouth too dry and guards the gates of naught. The fourth he stands by the entrance To thirst he spares no thought. Those who weep see only sorrow, yet those who laugh see joy. If you wish to see the morrow, then solve the puzzle's ploy. Find him whose thirst remains unquenched. On the savage's left, find the gate you seek to open, but heed the danger's heft.
Mm. Read the first two rhyming lines again.
Can you paste that in not that language?
Can you copy and paste it?
Not from there, I tried.
Really? That sucks.
Oh, good grief.
Wait, did it just
Yeah.
say it again?
Yeah.
That's funny.
It put it in double deep speech.
Yeah.
Deep speech. Yeah,
Extra deep.
the deepest.
Would anybody mind if I took one quick minute to reheat my coffee
Go for it.
I would.
while we're figuring out how to copy paste this?
Yeah, go for
Oh,
it.
that's pasted in D&D chat. I am actually also going to go ahead and grab a quick drink. If you
Yep.
guys want to take a couple
Alright.
of minutes.
BRB.
I mean, I'm gonna
And
stay
just
here and
remember,
figure this out.
I was gonna say we're only going until midnight, so don't take too long.
Yeah, yeah. Homer, you're not going anywhere, right? Let's figure this out. The obviously two smartest people in this whole group, you and me. Let's go, buddy.
I have to
Hey,
go
I'm
get
here
a drink.
You son of a. All right.
Just us now.
Okay. So for me,
So this
the
is a
thirst that
positional
remains
puzzle.
unquenched means fire, right? That's what read to me immediately. Fire's thirst remains unquenched. Because it'll just take everything it can, basically. Relishes bloodthirst. Do you think these are gods, maybe? Like deities?
No, I think it's just
Also, we should talk
related
as
to the
like players.
statues.
Just I know you and I
Right.
are, but like when they come back, we should just talk as players, not as people in the game yet. Ah, those who weep see only sorrow. Those who laugh see joy. You wish to see more. All right, so the second line for that one is, or the second and third line are obviously just for rhyming's sake. The important stuff is those who weep see sorrow, and those who laugh see joy. Like a mirror of some sort, like a mirror image, maybe.
I think we need to go and like look at each of the statues and see if they correlate with anything in the riddle.
Well, we know that the two bottom statues had tears or something, right? They looked sad or whatever. So another guard, or another weeps of mouth too dry, and guards the gate of naught. That's probably the one to the southwest, right? Wait, southeast, sorry. I'm getting my directions mixed up here. I'm gonna open up a paint pad or something. I'm gonna have to draw this out for myself.
Okay, someone's gonna need to stab someone.
Well, that was a
With
weird point
pleasure.
for me to come back. What I
So-
miss?
We're just figuring this out. So I'm drawing out a thing for myself currently, so I don't get mixed up with directions.
Mm.
We're gonna need to look at the other statues we haven't looked at yet. See if there are any different expressions, because I believe that each one correlates here.
Man, I have to give it up for Wolf. I forgot how hard it is drawing with a mouse. Good lord. Okay. So, in each corner, there's the thing, right? Wait. There's like a weird a three-sided pyramid in the middle of the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Pointing at each direction besides the south, because the south is where we came in.
Right. So the flat side faces north, and then the two angles would be west and east.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
And then,
I'm back.
yo,
Oh, why didn't I grab a pen when I had the chance?
okay.
I don't know.
Wait, I got one.
So, by your reading, we see truth is west, right?
Yes.
True. You know what? I'm going to just draw this on hand. I can't draw with a mouse. This is terrible.
Can we go and investigate the two statues we have not looked at yet?
Yeah. Northwest is sad. Northeast is happy.
Ah, clue. Okay, so northeast is the happy one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Be sad, sad, sad. This is north, east, west. So.
Okay.
Truth, death, death. Okay. Let's see. Side of where is he sitting? He stands next to his glad brother, who relishes bloodthirst. Okay, so we know which one the glad brother is. He's in the corner over there. The one who weeps first at the sight of blood, he's gonna be either northwest or southeast, because he's gonna be on one side of his glad brother. Another weeps of mouth too dry and guards the gates of naught. So he guards of nothing?
Well, that's the southeast, I think. That one.
You think so?
Yeah, because we said east was death, right? If west is truth.
Right. So the south wall would be the gate of nothing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So this wall is the nothing wall because it has no rune to it. So the fourth, he stands by the entrance to thirst. He spares no thought.
I have that one as southwest.
I think so, yeah. The fourth one.
Yeah.
So, maybe. Find him whose thirst remains unquenched on the savage's left. So,
Probably the happy one?
well,
Because the savage is the one in the northwest corner, right? The bloodthirsty one?
I
And
thought
his left would be the one in the other corner.
the one who weeps for his glad brother.
Anyways, that's what I have so far.
Hmm.
Please ask questions. Share your thoughts aloud. This is not the time to ponder internally.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a quick turn about the room and see if any of the basins look like they've held dark fluid or blood in them at any point?
So Pedalin goes to each basin and does a small hop so that she can see clearly into the bottom of it. And upon doing so, sees that there is no evidence whatsoever that any of these have ever been filled with anything.
Okay.
Well,
And other than the happy face on the one in the northeast corner, they look pretty much identical.
I mean, they look not identical at all. They're all hand carved. Southeast is sad. Southwest is sad. Northwest is sad. Northeast is happy. That's the gist of what you get from each of them.
Yeah.
Each of them has a ring around their neck, and each of them holds a basin in front of them.
So the thing at the end about the savage, I was thinking that's the happy one because he's the one who relishes bloodthirst.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, let's take this one by one. Let's take this step by step here, maybe.
Okay.
So the one who weeps the side of blood is a sad one, so we can automatically say northeast is out. Is one who shall weep first. So whatever we decide now we'll say number 1.
Okay.
So number 1 stands next to his glad brother who relishes bloodthirst.
Right. So,
So we-
he is either the northwest or the southeast corner. He's one
Right.
of those two.
So northwest, southeast. And then we can just eliminate as we go.
Right.
Okay. Another, so we don't have a number for this one yet. Another weeps of mouth too dry. So it's a sad one. We can eliminate northeast right away.
Okay.
And guards the gate of Naught. So you're saying gate of Naught is probably south?
Yes, because the 3 sides of the pyramid face the other 3 walls. They face the west, the east, and the north. And they have a rune for each
Okay.
of those walls.
Each
Potentially.
word in this riddle was chosen very carefully. Please give them the same consideration as you ponder them.
So yeah. The fact that west is called truth makes me think Naught is just any other side myself. I do like your interpretation as well, though. What do the other
But then,
two
like,
think?
the next one says by the entrance.
Yeah, entrance seems like the entrance. I don't
I,
know.
th- I think.
But in the layout, there's one by 2 doors. Because it's in between the two. Like, because they're in corners, so each one is next to 2 doors.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that the entrance that the 4th one, quote unquote, stands by is not necessarily the south wall, because it's going to be the entrance to wherever it is that we're going is the entrance, rather than the entrance that we came in.
Okay. That's an interesting point, sure. The 4th also doesn't say he's sad. Just
Yeah,
that they stands by the entrance.
And to thirst he spares no thought.
So he might be the happy one. Bloodthirst. Thirst he spares no thought. Could be the 4th one, right?
No, I think that the 4th one is not the happy one, because the happy one is relishing bloodthirst. So he's still thirsty for blood, but he's just enjoying it. So he still has a thirst. Whereas
Yeah,
the 4th
could
one,
be. Okay, what do we think of Gates of Naught, though, specifically? Can we come as a group consensus on that one before we get too far ahead?
Well, it could be the south wall. It could also be. It could be one of the other doors that leads to nothing, but doesn't lead to where you're wanting to go, like a dead end.
So the only thing we can say definitively is that because it's sad, it's not northeast.
Right.
So I'm going to put northwest, southwest, southeast. Okay. And then we can pare it down a little bit more as we need to. And then the 4th. So number 4 stands by the entrance, and we've decided we might not have any idea what that even means for entrance necessarily.
Mm.
The thing is I'm okay with us being wrong as long as we're wrong as a group. That's fine.
Sure.
Hmm.
Can we?
I would say
agree-
entrance is either where we came in or where we're supposed to leave through, because it could be an entrance to something else. This is
Right.
it wouldn't be the
I'm-
two that are death.
I do wonder if we're getting too like in depth about that though, because if you want to look at it that way, literally everything is an entrance to something. Because my room I'm in right now is an
Crazy idea.
entrance to my hallway. You know?
I think it's the door we came in on, but
I thought so
I'm
too.
open to the idea that it could be
Mm-hmm.
the door we're actually supposed to go through.
Sure, me too.
That's possible in my head.
Does anyone feel like maybe we should see if the pyramid can rotate? Like, we haven't actually touched anything in this room other than Darby's kicked over a dead
Oh.
body that was more of a puddle.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we can investigate
Poke
more.
everything.
Sure.
Let's not forget our roots as Team Touchy over here.
Sure.
What
One
is the
quick thing
plan?
before we touch it and die. Is there any sort of indication to the carvings that they are like associated with a specific door?
No.
They just all face the middle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to attempt to rotate the pyramid.
Find that it is firmly rooted in place with no indication whatsoever that it would rotate.
But I didn't die when I touched it.
There you
Good
go.
to know.
Huzzah.
So,
Okay,
do
I
we
touched-
agree that... Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that maybe we should touch the statues and see if anything happens.
Sure, go for it.
Well, before you do, the rings that they're wearing, can we get more of a visual description on those?
It's like a collar around where the neck is that separates the head from the body.
Well, but it's carved in stone. It's not like metal or anything.
As you go to investigate it, it looks as though it is carved of stone. But it is much smoother
Hmm.
than the rough-hewn area otherwise.
Interesting.
If we're going to touch the statues, can we try rotating the head?
If you can get
you
8
saying-
feet up.
Are you saying you do that?
Sure.
Okay. As Darby goes to attempt to rotate one of the heads, you find that there is some small resistance, but then almost as though by design, the collar rotates easily, and as the head, which one are you rotating?
Oh, no.
Let's pick southwest.
As you rotate the southwest statue, you find like it begins to turn easily and then slides and kind of locks in place similar to how it was before. You find you could still rotate it if you wanted to, but you have to push that initial amount of resistance on it again. But in doing so, you see that the face now facing you is a happy one.
Okay, cross everything out.
Oh, shit, son. So we can make them happy or sad at will.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, can we turn all the faces to sad?
Yes.
And then Darby will draw blood.
Cut your palm open like in a movie.
My blade is a pokey blade, not a slashy blade.
I've got a dagger.
technically also a Pokeblade.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then with blood drawn, go around to each statue and see if there's any change.
Well, you're leaving a trail of drippy blood on the floor from wherever you stabbed or slashed yourself, but otherwise, no. No change.
Can I drip blood into each basin?
One do you drip blood into first?
All right, boys, pick a corner.
Oh.
Well,
So my idea now that I'm thinking is guards the gates of naught. That plural means he's between the two death doors because those are both
Mm.
doors of nothing.
2 gates of not. Smart.
Yeah.
Okay, so you think maybe northeast then?
For the one who weeps of mouth too dry. Yeah.
Right. So
So not dripping blood into northeast.
Right.
okay.
Mhm.
So maybe the exact opposite. So maybe go southwest, the one you just rotated.
Okay, southwest it
Yeah.
is.
Why not?
Mhm.
Are they all sad, or I need to tell me what direction?
We turned them all to sad.
Okay, so as Darby drips his blood into the goblet of the sad-facing southwest statue, it appears as though as your blood flows into it that it's like a much greater volume than what you're lending, or perhaps it's even drawing from you more than you thought. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, lovely. Not great.
Oh.
After a few moments, Darby collapses on the floor unconscious, but there is a faint glow in the runestones on the pillar in the center of the room.
Did it.
Okay, as players, can we say that was the bloodthirsty one?
I'm thinking that might be our savage. All right. Let's get Darby up.
Am I unconscious at 0 HP or just
You are
unconscious from blood loss?
Unconscious from blood loss.
Can I go over to him and just like tap his head a little bit to try to get him up? See if he does.
You can certainly do that. You tap his head a little bit, but Darby does not awaken.
Unless you got OJ and a cookie.
We do have rations.
You might try a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do a medicine check. I mean, I have no reason to believe he's not just completely dead currently, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess
aside
he's
from the fact that
breathing.
he's still breathing.
Yeah.
But you don't feel as though you have the knowledge to wake him or know how to do so. Perhaps he's ensorcelled, or perhaps he will need some form of healing magic. You don't really know. You don't have the medical expertise.
That's where I come
But
in.
but you do know he's not dead. He's just out.
Okay. Right, okay.
Well, I'll cast a tentative healing word on him. See if that will help.
Okay.
Roll click. Bloop.
Any wounds that Darby may have had are closed, but still he remains slumbering.
Well,
Darby is no
let's-
longer bleeding from the hand.
Yeah.
Well, he's just gonna need a little nap. Okay, so while he's sleeping, I guess we feel pretty confident that this guy is our happy brother, right?
Who relishes a bloodthirst.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're basing it on that one,
Mm-hmm.
We should change his face over to happy, so to mark it.
Yeah, I agree.
well, I'm trying to indicate the other ones around it. So the one who weeps, which is the one I was trying to find,
Mm-hmm.
is standing next to it. That was the southwest corner.
Yeah, you bled into southwest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the one
So
who
that means
weeps
that
is
northwest or
No, I think it's southeast.
well,
Because
it's either of those two.
the very last one, find him who remains unquenched on the savage's left. The savage's left would be northwest, right?
Mhm.
if the savage is southwest, then the savage's left would be northwest. Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think the one who weeps at sight of blood is still, or is southeast.
Somebody should go look at that glowing. Somebody who's
Hmm.
conscious.
I'm
I
sure
will
we
go
see
look
the
at
glowing.
Are you turning the statue to happy? I mean, you guys have talked in theory about a lot of things, but nobody has said definitively what's being done.
One of you turn the face to happy. I'm gonna go look at the glowies.
Okay, I'll do so.
Okay. As Pedalin heads off to the runestone, Anon reaches up and turns the face to happy. As he does so, Pedalin, you see that the runes wink out. The light of your torch snuffs out, and there is a grinding of stone on stone. As Pedalin, you see the north and eastern doors begin to slide open, and a creature of almost pure shadow, smelling of death and decay, slips into the room.
Shit.
You must roll initiative. Initiatives are rolled.
Thank you, Daddy.
Gross. Egg, you have the initiative. You are wreathed in pitch black darkness.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can we just
Nobody
get a
brought torches?
no? That's why we had to make one.
Oh, sure. Just funny to think about now.
Can we just get
I don't
a
know why we
black
didn't think of it
screen as the
before.
battle map?
Sure.
Nice.
That makes me anxious.
It kind of does for me too.
I don't like it. I'm just gonna put that away.
Egg readies the devouring edge and takes the dodge action.
Okay. Pedalin hasn't said anything either.
Oh, I thought, okay. Yeah, no, I would definitely yell out that there are monsters now. 2 of them. And that we're not alone and that we're in trouble.
Okay.
There are always monsters.
Oh, I guess I should have made it Egg's turn so that he could pass it. Darby, make a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay.
Nice.
Slightly
Darby,
better.
you awaken, feeling slightly faint, perhaps lightheaded, but otherwise able-bodied.
Why is it dark?
Yeah, it's very dark. Nobody's gonna respond to Darby.
Oh, sorry. To your feet. We're being attacked.
The death doors have opened.
Is that a duck?
Maybe somebody's chair.
There.
What did you people touch?
We rotated the wrong head.
Okay, well, that's too much talking for one turn now. I don't think I can do anything.
Can
So
stand
I'm
up.
going to. Well, okay, yeah. I was having a nice lie down. Yeah, I'll use half my movement to stand up. Use my bonus action to summon my gun in a small enclosed space,
Okay.
and then pull out my rapier as well. And then I guess I'll take the dodge action too.
Okay. Edelin, the creature lumbers toward you. Darby and Egg both take 10 damage as they end
How
their
much?
turn. 10.
Okay.
Do some measurement. Edelin, the creature lumbers toward you. As it does so, from its cloaked and hooded visage, it raises its head and looks upon you. And as it does so, you see the glowing whiteness of its eyes and feel utter just like tugging on your soul. And we'll need to make a constitution throw. Only just succeeding.
I don't like only just on a 19.
I know it.
Yep.
Is it gonna do anything else, or?
No, hold on, I'm reading. Right. So no, it doesn't do anything else. Oh wait, is that the action? No, that's not his action. It does do something else.
Yep.
Yeah, it's supposed to do damage on a save. Roll that again. Okay. Edelin takes 22 damage as she is withered under the gaze of this creature.
What the hell?
All right. Pedalin, you have the initiative.
Okay. I'm just reading something real quick. I'd like to use prestidigitation to try to relight the torch.
What's the range?
10 feet.
Okay. You're within range of the torch. So give me a moment. There. The torch springs to life.
Haha! Okay. Cool. might help a little bit. And then let's see.
Just a little bit.
Mm-hmm. What would be the best thing to do? All right, as my bonus action, I'm going to summon my spirit weapon, which is going to take the form of a sword that Egg has definitely seen before.
Okay. Where did my... There it is.
Oh.
Or this one. Whichever one you want.
Oh, I get to pick? I like this one.
Which one? Okay. The one you
Put
just
those
moved?
two over there, yeah. This one right here above the shadow creature
Yeah,
is going to
yeah.
be... It looks cool.
Okay.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. We're going to attack the darkness. No, we're going to take a swing at the shadow creature with it.
Okay. That is definitely a hit.
Okay.
So the spiritual weapon parts easily, cutting through the shadow creature, dealing 10 damage, wounding it. Anything else?
I think that'll probably do it because I don't want to take an attack of opportunity. Okay.
As you end your turn, take 10 damage as you feel
What?
yourself wither away.
Uh-oh. All right. I see you motherfuckers now. Put this on. Draw the bow, aim, and do a... Did that take? Did
it
I
looks like
cast
it's
it on
you.
myself?
Yeah, because you add it to yourself.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I do. Okay, so...
IFT is if target equals wounded, then
Yeah.
add 1d8 damage. Yeah.
All right. And then Hunter's Mark. Put on this boy as my bonus action. What the fuck? It added it to me again. Hold up.
Yeah, it's you're gonna roll an additional 1d6 damage.
Oh, yeah, it added it twice, though. I just got rid of one of them. All right.
Okay.
Take the first shot.
That is a hit.
Okay.
Doing the right amount of damage. I want to make sure that we set that up right. Magic items, Castellan Slag. 2d6 additional lightning damage. Yes. Okay.
Okay. And then the second attack should just be... Oh, yeah, it got rid of all my buffs on the second attack. Neat. Okay.
How much damage did Petalin do? 10?
Yes.
Yep.
5, 4, 8, 12. 22. So you did 22 damage. What's going on there? Why does it say... Oh, right, so they're
It probably
so
resisted it,
you
I'm
see,
assuming.
yeah, well, yeah, so actually, I was going to describe that to you. As the arrow infused of lightning strikes the creature, you see that it is almost muted and like absorbed into the body of the creature.
Yeah, I think I figured, but my character's like, huh?
Mhm.
Nani? Did that second attack hit?
Yes, it did.
All right.
As both arrows strike true, punching into the semi-corporeal flesh of the shadow beast as it melds. You see that its form kind of flickers and wavers with the flame and the shadow that it casts.
All right.
The first shadow beast now. Oh, as you finish your turn, let me.
Oh, okay.
I'll do it.
Don't worry, I'll kill you. It's fine.
Well, no, because if you resist the type of damage that it deals, then it I don't want to just have you add the damage to yourself.
I see.
Okay, so it's going to. I've also go after Petalin.
Uh-oh.
On. It will. Oh, there's one other thing I needed to do. Anon, you did not have to make the vision check,
Oh, okay.
but you targeted it, which means you looked at it. So
Yeah.
saving throw, you are fine.
Neat.
This one's going to come up, and it's going to swing its fists at Petalin.
Can I gravity well?
Yes. Can. Unfortunately, I don't know. It rolled a 20 and a 19, so
Seriously?
yes, it does hit, slapping Petalin with a wet, rotten thud. And like even as it strikes her, its flesh like malforms and reforms around her as though it was almost partially made of shadow, dealing 17 damage. In the places where it struck you, you can see that the flesh is like your skin is starting to decay as though it were dying or rotting. All right, Egg.
All right. Egg has things. So first
No,
he's gonna
put on his 20 buffs.
run up to attack
Okay.
Shadow Beast number 2.
Hold on, you had to make your saves against their vision.
Gotcha. Are these con saves? Okay.
Yes, that is a Constitution save. You have failed.
Gotcha.
Didn't fail by enough to die, so you take some damage as like the creature's gaze pierces into your soul, and you just feel it being withered and shredded away. The other one, same thing. And okay, that is a successful save. Attack rolls. Creature looks about it in the meantime. It's immediately saving throw. If you succeed, nothing. Okay. All right. So that's it. All right. Now you can do whatever you want to do.
All right. So first I'm going to pop Barbarian Rage, my bonus
Mhm.
action.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will Reckless Attack
Okay.
and
Does rage make you immune to being frightened?
That is only a specific type of barbarian.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if he was that type of barbarian or not. So
Yeah, I think it only just gives me some resistances to
okay,
specific
that's fine.
damage types.
It's
Um,
only when you do a frenzied rage.
Lindsay Barb. So mad you can't be scared.
And then I will
Which-
also Great Weapon Master.
Okay.
And I will slash at this Shadow Beast.
That is a hit.
Okay. Pop that damage. And I'll roll.
Wow. Egg slash cuts neatly through the creature.
Nice. All right. For my next attack, I will
Mhm.
again use Great Weapon Master. Slash again.
Is a hit.
Slash.
That was an attack. Did you
Oh,
roll damage?
yeah. I meant to roll damage.
The creature with the first swing is nearly bisected, and so with the second swing, the second slash, egg merely finishes the job, rending it in two, and it just disappears into a wisp of shadowy smoke.
Nice. And then in my turn, I will step forward to the other one to guard Petalin.
Okay,
And then that's my turn.
Darby. 30 feet. The creature locks onto you with his death gaze.
I thought
I
you
don't
got
wanna look
another
at it.
attack when you killed something.
As a
That's
bonus
a
action.
bonus action. But
Oh.
he bonus
Yeah.
action raged.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yes.
Mhm.
So are you averting your gaze?
Yeah, no, I'm not dealing with it right now.
Okay. So then you can ignore that.
With everyone having been clustered in this corner of the room, I want to look at the statue that I remember being on the sad face is now on a happy face.
Yes.
I'm going to use my action to flip it back around.
Okay. It is now sad. The bowl is empty, however.
Can I cut myself and bleed into it again?
You already used your action. I don't think you'd bleed enough in 6 seconds. Yes, you can do that, but not this turn.
Can I tell Anon to cut me?
I mean, sure, if that's what you want to do.
Anon's gonna think we're so fucking weird.
I'm just imagining that scene in Lord of the Rings where Gimli's like, toss me. Only this time it's cut me. But don't tell the elf.
Okay, I'm going to
Much
tell him
darker.
we need to put more
Yes.
blood into this. And I'm going to hold out my hand to him.
How very anime of you to cut your hand. All right, Petalin, as you are. Oh, Darby, you've ended your turn. So, Egg also ended his. I need you both to take your awful damage. That done. Okay. Petalin, you begin your turn. You are close enough to this creature that you can see its eyes. So if you're going to look at it at all, you'll need to make your saving throw. Otherwise, you can avert your gaze, but in doing so, give yourself disadvantage if you try to attack it.
Would my sword have disadvantage if I averted my
Yes,
gaze?
it's an attack roll.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
So you're gonna look at it.
Well, I'm pretty sure Egg can kill it on this next turn, but I really don't want it to slap me again. Can I Misty Step to the other side of the room?
Wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna be within range of its gaze, even if I poop over there. Fuck it! It's fine.
You should be able to see that circle that's on there is the range of its gaze. Not that I guess you would know that. You don't know how
So
far
it would
it's
literally have to be those two squares over there if I wanted to attack it.
Yeah.
Can I get over there? Let's see. What's the distance? Oh, yes. It's just enough.
You can't move through this square.
Not even if I Misty Step?
Oh yeah, if you Misty Step, that'd be fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna poof over there. Pew! Poof! Haha!
Now, are you doing that because you know that that's the corner that it can't reach you in with your meta get it? Now I'm gonna
Yeah.
allow you to do it because I gave it away, but yeah.
Well, I wanted to Misty Step away from them anyway if that one hadn't died over
Sure.
there.
And that is technically the furthest available spot, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can no longer see it.
I can't see it anymore?
Nope,
How
it's
No,
on
big
the
is
other
the
side of the thing.
pyramid.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Well, I'm gonna probably oh yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, I have
In
another
fact,
full
you wouldn't be able to
action.
see Egg or Darby or Anon either.
It's very silly of me to come over here then.
I'll be real. I thought that was the torch radius.
It's a fair thing to think. This whiskey is very good. I enjoy it.
Okay. Well, we'll probably just no. I mean, I know Egg's over there. So I Misty Stepped. I can't move the sword anyway. We'll probably just pass it. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We
Anon.
took a lot of damage. We'll just play it safe for one round.
Adeline, you do not find yourself melting and decaying at the end of your turn.
Yay!
All right. So I guess I'm looking at a hand reached out to me over the thing saying "cut me," with Darby saying "cut me."
Yes.
All right, I'll grab him by the wrist, use my short sword to just kind of like quickly like nick him, and then squeeze his hand into the bowl.
Okay.
And say, "I hope this works."
You see that the blood is freely flowing as though it were being greedily sucked into the basin. That is your action. Anything else?
Yeah, my bonus action is just be like, "I hope you're right about this."
Okay, so at the end of your turn, you do take the aura. And then the creature, seeing that it's right next to Egg, is going to lower its hood like the first one did and cast its withering gaze on Egg. He successfully saves. Only takes 12.
Nice.
Oh, 6 damage because barbarians are fucking crazy tanks. as like some small modicum of his flesh withers and melts away, similar to like it's like fuses into his clothing slightly, kind of like the body that you found on the floor. I guess that's all it would do. Egg, you have the initiative. You may also be muted.
Yes. So
Classic egg.
reckless
Always
attack.
muted.
Oh, are you gonna look at it?
Yes.
Okay.
So roll that.
You failed, but not by enough to die. Small amount of psychic damage from its death gaze.
Okay. Here, open master. And I slash.
An unfortunate miss.
All right. I'll use a precision attack.
Make sure you're targeting the creature as well.
Yes. So add an 8.
That is a hit.
All right.
An impressive amount of damage as the devouring edge slices through the shadow beast.
And slash again.
Another hit. $21 more damage. The creature still stands, though you can see great rents of it have been cut loose, and that shadow energy is like dispersed, and it's like part flesh, part shadow. And so where you've cut it, it's like leaking what would be blood, but instead of dripping to the floor, it's flowing upward into the ceiling.
Nice. All right. For my bonus action, I'm going
Oh, I forgot
to.
you still had a bonus action.
He also has an action surge, so
Yep. Polar master attack.
a miss.
All right. I'll use another combat superiority.
Okay.
Add 3 to that.
Is a hit.
Turn on my bonus damage. Bam.
And the butt end of the devouring edge devours what remains of the living shadow beast, sending it bursting cloud of gore and shadow.
That's my turn.
As the creature's malevolent aura fades from the room, you find that the north and eastern doors are indeed closed. Darby, make a Constitution saving throw as the goblet devours you. Darby is unconscious.
Same fucking roll.
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow.
But the goblet is full.
Okay, I'm gonna come over here and be like, What the heck happened to Darby?"
I cut him.
Why?
He asked me to. I had the
Okay,
same
well-
idea. I figured I wanted, I was going to, if it wasn't for your quick thinking, I was going to cut myself to see if we could light up the room again. And I figured he just had the same plan.
Well, the room is lit by a torch, and now the faint glow of the runes in the center.
Yeah, like if she hadn't lit the torch, I was going to do the same to try to at least see what was attacking us.
I gotcha.
Well, for heaven's sake, don't turn that head to happy again.
Indeed.
So,
I hope you'll be okay.
I think we were gonna have that one be the savage, it would have needed to be on the happy face before we poured the blood into it. So I'm not really sure what to do now in terms of determining the pattern.
Maybe we should consult that poem of yours quickly.
Yes.
Well, of Darby's, I think, but Darby's the only one who can read it.
Yeah.
And Darby's unconscious.
Maybe we should see if we can wait to wake him up then.
If somebody wants to try waking him, you can make a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do that. Medicine.
We are out of combat, so tower, please.
Yep.
This time around, you try a little bit more than just like tapping him on the head or rustling him up a bit. You try the tried and true alcoholic's method of giving him a firm, hard slap across the cheek. It rings out across the room, and Darby sputters to consciousness. Perhaps a bit rosier of cheek than before.
I think your plan worked. We're not dead.
Well, that's a start.
We need to go over your riddle once again to be sure that doesn't happen again.
Well,
With Darby
somebody write it
conscious, you
down
can-
this time.
Yeah. I was gonna say you can return to reading it, but if you do have a writing utensil, then I won't require you to have a conscious, alive Darby in order to do so.
I unfortunately
Anybody-
don't. Okay. So,
I mean,
speaking as normal people again, let's look it over. So, yeah. It specifically says the one who shall weep first. Maybe we just did it in a wrong order to begin with, and the face was wrong, and we filled the wrong thing. Maybe it was all wrong. Who knows?
What if this one's not the bloodthirsty one, but the one who weeps at the sight of blood? That's why it's correct at the crying face with a basin full of blood.
Sure. Okay.
okay.
So you're
Okay.
saying that other ones will suck our blood up as well. They'll all be quenched with blood of some sort. But only
Well,
one of them
except
will
for
open the
one
door.
Okay, so let's assume
Uh-huh.
for this time around that one is the one who weeps at the sight of blood.
Okay.
So that means that either the northwest or the southeast is going to be the happy brother.
Sure.
So I
So-
think
Heather weeps his mouth too dry and guards the gates of not.
well, yeah. So if the one whose thirst remains unquenched is on the savage's left, then this one should either be on the savage's right because he is next to him. Because he stands next to his glad brother who
Are you
relishes
thinking
bloodthirst.
southeast then is the glad one?
Well, I think
No,
the
northwest is the glad one. Because his left would then be the northeast. Who would be who's thirsty.
He's a thirsty boy.
Yeah. That was my thought.
Oh, we drew a sad face. Or somebody did, anyway. That's a sad boy. Okay. Are we all in agreement then that this is the one who weeps at the sight of blood? Or are we thinking...
Well, for this time around, we have to assume that.
Yeah.
And then, because that could change in the future if we get the puzzle wrong again.
Hmm.
So, but since he was first, we'll assume that he's the one who weeps at the sight of blood. So, explain to me one more time which one you think is the happy one out of the northwest or the southeast?
Northwest.
Okay. Which would
I see.
I think
Because the ones
think
whose thirst remains unquenched was the original happy one in the northeast, you're thinking.
And I think Southeast might be happy too. He might just not be thirsty and happy. The fourth. And also those who laugh see joy. So maybe
somebody should tell a funny joke. Because maybe if we laugh, we'll get a vision of which ones are supposed to be happy because we'll see joy. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the funniest plant in the desert?
what is it?
The yucca 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 yucca.
Ha 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 ha.
I thought
Did
you were
see
supposed to
anything?
be telling a joke. You just gave us a fact.
I'm pretty sure that if the puzzle were sentient, it would groan and send more and more shadow beasts after you.
I thought it was funny.
Okay.
Anemic Darby is gonna crawl his way over to the pyramid in the middle. The ruins are lit up, but they say the same thing, correct?
Yes, they're a very soft glow.
Okay.
Touch it.
I'm gonna smear my bloody hand on it, I guess.
Yeah, it is now bloody.
That'll be ominous to the next person who tries to solve this puzzle.
They're gonna come in and there'll be 4 piles of clothing rotted on the floor.
No. Okay.
So the group feels as though you understand the one who weeps at sight of blood is one who shall weep first. And you feel that that's the one in the southwest who is a sad face with a basin filled with blood.
Well, I'm a little bit
That was the only
concerned
thing
about
that made the room happy, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then
But we didn't
go
try
ahead.
anything else, though.
Yeah,
Okay, but
This is just literally the first thing that we've tried.
well, you guys were
Okay.
gone. I was saying that the thirst remains unquenched thing I thought was something to do with fire, maybe. But if this is all blood related, I don't know that it's all blood related. Is I guess what I'm getting at.
okay. So if the one who weeps at sight of blood is one who shall weep first,
Mhm.
meaning that whatever your interpretation of that is, if that is southwest, then you've got a sad face and a basin filled of blood.
Yeah.
If that's correct, then what would the next step be?
Yeah, I mean, we should try another one, right?
Right. So,
Yeah.
I'm asking to get you to talk through it.
Well, we
Yeah.
should
What is the
turn.
next step of the riddle?
He stands next to his glad brother.
Yeah.
So
So
one of the two next to him is happy.
I honestly
Okay.
am with Egg on this one.
Yeah.
Or Homer, whatever you want
and
to
I-
be called.
Yeah, I think
So-
it's actually both are happy. But
Okay.
the
so-
first step is one of them are happy.
Okay. So, what will you do next?
you just want to turn one to happy at random?
Well, it
I would
sounds as though
say-
there's an inclination that one in particular is where someone is leaning.
I would say northwest.
West, yeah.
Okay. Somebody
Okay.
pop up there and turn the head.
Yeah, I'll do it.
So you turn it to happy. Then what?
So do you
Okay.
think we just bleed in this one too?
No.
I think yes, because if that one is the happy one, nothing bad will happen because he will enjoy the blood. Sees the blood.
I don't
next
think
to
so.
one.
I
Okay.
think the next step is turning the one in the southeast to happy.
Why?
Because the fourth stands by the entrance. To thirst, he spares no thought.
And those who weep see only sorrow, yet those who laugh see joy. Meaning opposites.
Yeah.
Oh,
like a
that's
mirror.
really smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Does somebody go turn that one?
I'll do it. Meg will do it. So Egg turns the southeast to happy.
Okay. And I believe currently northeast is sad.
Correct.
Yes.
right, because his thirst is unquenched, and he's on the savage's left.
Okay. Now what?
So do we bleed in them? Do you think?
Well, you want to try
Well-
pushing the door first before we
Sure.
go bleeding everywhere?
Okay. So
So which door do we do? Because I mean,
The
we found him whose thirst remains unquenched, which is the southeast, I guess.
find him whose thirst remains unquenched on the savage's left.
Oh right, excuse me.
Yeah.
The northeast. So
But we want to find the gate we seek to open.
right.
Which the pyramid said was west.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do?
You want to try pushing on the western wall again?
Sure. Yes.
Warm to the touch, but does not give.
Mm.
All right. I nick my hand the same way I did Darby's and then just put it over the thing.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please, as the basin hungrily laps up your blood.
Constitution save. Oh, this is not a good one for me. Okay.
Wow. That's one, and down you go.
Yep.
Anon is conked.
All right.
The runes begin to glow a little bit brighter, now giving off faint illumination of their own. Not quite equivalent to torchlight, but enough to coat the room in soft, low lighting.
I think we ought to bleed in the southeast and leave the northeast empty since his thirst is unquenched.
I agree.
Please read the puzzle very
Mhm.
carefully.
The fourth,
And
to thirsty spares no thought.
Yeah.
That's the one you leave empty.
tell me why.
Because he's not thirsty.
Why isn't he thirsty?
Because of the line I just read.
But why isn't he thirsty?
His thirst is already quenched.
Okay.
So he's
And so-
not the one that we should.
So then, all right. So you want to leave southeast empty. So what do you want to do with northeast?
No, I wanted to leave northeast empty.
But
Why?
northeast is another weeps of mouth too dry.
Yeah, so he is the one whose thirst remains unquenched. And he is on the
No.
savage's left.
Yes.
Yes. Hold on.
So he's weeping because his mouth is too dry, his thirst is unquenched, and he's on the savage's left, so he should remain empty. So southeast is the one that we should fill, because he doesn't
What?
care one way or the other, because he spares no thought to thirst, which is why he's happy.
All right, I'm gonna do a medicine check on Anon.
Okay.
What with the unconsciousness?
That should be in the tower.
Oops. Yeah.
A good thing that your first roll wasn't, because your second roll was much better, and Anon is awake with a loud slap.
Oh. Well, I'm glad somebody cared enough about me to check on me after fainting. All right, where are we on this puzzle?
Well, you'll notice that the runestones are glowing a bit brighter now.
Yeah. Progress. We're not dead. Death has not come for us once again.
That's right, we haven't summoned it out.
Okay. So it's obvious that blood is unfortunately the answer, at least for these two. So who's bleeding next, I guess? I suggest you, big guy.
Yeah, I'll bleed next.
But which one?
That one. And I point to the center of the room. A little dizzy still.
I think it's southeast. Because he spares to thirsty spares no thought, but like maybe that's because he has something to drink. He just doesn't have to think about it. I don't know.
Is that just the line saying that he's not thinking about it, so he's not crying,
Yeah.
but still thirsty?
Well, his mouth isn't too dry.
But the thing is that thirst remains unquenched. If he's sparing no thought,
Which-
his thirst is quenched.
No.
Whether or not he has water, right?
Thirst remains unquenched is northeast.
No, I'm saying just the way that it reads. Find the one whose thirst remains unquenched. The one who's sparing no thought of it is not unquenched. Because he's not thinking about it. It's whatever.
Yeah. Thirst spares no thought is southeast. Thirst remains unquenched is northeast.
Right.
But what if he's
we don't
unquenched
know-
and you go and bleed into that one and it sucks all your blood?
I mean, I didn't think
Oh.
of that. That's scary. Especially since he seems to have more blood to spare than the rest of us.
Well, again, unquenched isn't the one I was going to bleed in.
Why
gonna
do
bleed.
you want to bleed in it?
Yeah. It's probably water, but I don't know that we have water.
You have rations, don't you?
Yeah, but no
include
water
a water
skin.
skin. Rations
they?
include a water skin. From my perspective of taking adventuring gear, you don't adventure without a water skin.
Makes sense.
In fact, the travel or the caravan wouldn't even send you in without a water skin. That's just killing your factors.
I think we give that guy water.
Which one are
Yeah.
we giving water?
Southeast.
Well, hold on. Isn't Southeast the one who isn't thinking about thirst?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to leave Northeast empty because his thirst is unquenched.
Yeah, or he weeps of mouth too dry.
Yeah.
So we want to keep him sad and keep him dry, is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm with it. I mean, it's a little sick, but I'm with it. I get it.
Don't tell me you feel bad for the statue.
Okay.
Oh, that statue didn't almost kill him, so.
Okay, well, I'll take my water skin and pour a little into the southeast basin, the happy basin.
Before you know it, you find that you have emptied your water skin in order to fill the basin. However, having done so, the runes begin to glow very brightly. The statues' heads all turn and rotate in a random fashion so that they are no longer like they're just like some of them are sad, some of them are sad, some are happy. They're not anywhere close to where they were a few moments ago. But the door to the west begins to slide open, sliding
Hey!
downward into the floor.
Hey,
As it
hot
does
dog!
so, you see a pitch black void beyond, and an eerie, low, echoing laughter coming from Darby's hip.
You say something?
No,
It's so funny,
he
Darby.
did.
What?
Oh.
What do you mean, oh? Who?
His gun friend.
You don't know what a gun is.
He's
We've
just
heard
a
you-
friend.
Boomstick.
We've heard you call your boomstick a gun on a number of occasions, so we're just picking up the habit.
His tentacle friend.
No, that's me out of character saying I pull out my gun.
I pull out my gun.
His wet noodle.
It's a wet noodle. I liked tentacle friend.
God. I've been hanging around the crazy so long, I'm starting to hear the weaponry talk now, too.
I'm pretty sure you've heard the Devouring Edge speak to Darby's weapon.
So is that a good sign that there's laughing, or is that a we should take our chances with our heads exploding in the gas sign?
I think what it means is that what we're about to face.
We're on the right path. Thumbs up.
Why would you think we're on the right path from an ominous cackle?
I think that
Because he
whatever-
knows the person we're after. Senses them, so we're clearly going the right way to meet our goal.
I think now might be a good time
On our
for
hunt.
him to have that conversation he didn't want the others hearing about in a corner. So we have some information about what we're gonna face.
I mean, we're going to kill something, or we're not going to kill something. It's fine. We're not killing anything. Our goal is not to kill, so.
All right.
In the
I'm gonna lay
room-
this out in the
room beyond. In the
Mhm.
room beyond, you see utter pitch blackness, save for a single pillar in the center of the room, about hip height. And what look to be 3 frames on the east, north, and south. There's not even really walls in the room. They're just like hovering in the air, like stone gray frames.
Well, who's ready to go say hi?
Say hi? Listen, I don't know what you guys have hunted before. This ain't no monsters or beasts I've seen currently.
I think that that's true for all of us. This is going to be a very dangerous fight, and we should stay on our toes.
I can't feel my legs. You're gonna need to carry me.
Well,
Egg takes a deep breath and uses second wind.
Okay.
Okay, can we consider a short rest currently to use hit dice, everybody?
I have concerns that the door is going to close.
No, we know how to solve the puzzle if it does. We'll just have to bleed out again.
Great.
Oh, or do we have more? Do we have any more? We have another. Yeah. Or did we use all the water?
I used the water from my rations. Did anybody else bring rations?
I'm just gonna say we all
Everyone used
have it.
her water skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has a water skin.
Okay.
As I
Okay, so
said,
we've got,
they would not let you go in without a water skin.
We've got 3 more times can solve this puzzle. So.
Okay. Well, then a short rest might not be a bad thing.
Okay.
So the gang spends an hour licking their wounds and doing what else?
Hit dice. Woo.
Woo!
Aw, son of a bitch. Alright, I'll take it.
Nice.
Everybody else is just rolling them, and it's like healing. Oh, you don't have a Constitution modifier, do you?
I don't know.
If we were planning on taking a short rest, I was gonna then blow my other spell slot
Okay.
before the rest,
Okay.
and I will go to Egg's Amulet
Mm-hmm.
and cast Dispel Magic.
No effect.
Well, I know where the bar is.
Approximately.
I know it's higher than that.
Must have been a pretty good roll the first time then. Damn.
It was at 22 total.
Oh, damn.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything on their rest? Cough, cough,
Was
hint,
there-
hint. Was there...
Any metal on the dead body?
Yeah, let's say that they had a dagger and maybe a quarterstaff with some weighted ends to it.
All right. I'll let the devouring edge snack.
Okay. The devouring edge can now transform into a dagger or a quarterstaff.
Didn't
Neat.
you take the halberd to feed to it?
Yeah. I'll also feed the
Not
halberd.
the
to it,
magic
though.
one.
No, it's not magic.
Oh,
It's just
okay.
a regular halberd I got
He
from
doesn't
the.
have a magic halberd.
Excuse me. I was
Yeah.
thinking the staff, the lightning one.
White steel crozier.
Yes, thank
Yeah.
you.
No, I don't have
Okay,
that.
so you may add halberd, dagger, and quarterstaff to the number of weapons or the list of weapons that the devouring edge can transform into.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna walk over to a corner and just whisper to my longbow. Can you speak?
Unfortunately, it does not reply. However, you do learn something about the longbow during your time studying it in your short rest.
Mhm.
The Kastellinitslag is a storm bow, which means it is a longbow that deals 2d6 additional lightning damage with each shot and does not require ammunition.
Oh.
Additionally, what you learn is that it has 3 charges, regaining 1 per day, and you may expend those charges to
Oops.
cast certain spells. Your first rest, you discover the lightning bolt spell.
Ooh.
Damn. Okay.
I believe right now it does have 3 charges.
Yeah. I'm going to add this all. The lightning bolt.
That's pretty sick, bow.
Not bad.
And to think I was going to try and consume it.
I don't see why you wouldn't have if like I had made a different character, right?
That's true.
So I just drag this into my
Uh-huh.
spell book, right? Lightning bolt. Oh, yeah,
So
I see.
your character level will determine the spell level, and your dexterity mod is the casting mod.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, cool. Then there's a way I can just add this as like a bow spell, right? By just changing the name of it.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I got it. Cool.
You should just call it Castellina Slug.
Oh, I will. I just didn't remember how to spell it.
It's in D&D chat.
Yep.
Okay, the short rest completes. Unfortunately, Anon does not find his bow talking back to him, but has learned something about it. Likely due to fusing his connection to the weapon as he was previously struck by lightning, so bonding him with it.
Was that the hint, by the way? Of something I should do? I'm going to take that as a yes.
Yes, sorry, my mic didn't pick that up.
Gotcha.
After the rest, I'm
Uh,
going to blow another spell slot.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh, Egg, you
Nope.
may have inspiration for basically solving 90% of the puzzle yourself.
Woo woo!
And don't forget, you guys have your poker chips too. That is not a success.
Oh,
Darby.
yeah, I figured.
Just wanted to say it for posterity.
Okay.
Has the gun been laughing for the past hour?
No.
Okay.
Maybe every once in a while it'll let out a little chuckle or a snicker. There's some inside joke that only it knows.
It's just laughing at Petalum's joke.
Yes, that was the funniest joke it's ever heard in its life.
It's a good
Yucca,
joke.
yucca. You only think that because your grandpa told it.
It was my grandfather Panafiz.
Mm-hmm.
Panafiz Quarkwood was a funny gnome.
He had one joke.
I'll have you know he had 2.
Was the other one so funny that he died?
Now that was a sad day.
He held on to it until the perfect moment.
Well, if you're gonna go out,
The death joke. All right, so what's next?
I guess we're proceeding into the darkness.
As the last member of the quartet steps past the threshold into the room of shadow, you find that there is no longer a portal behind you to return. Instead,
Ooh.
there is another of the same gray frames in the room. In fact, there are, as you step into the room now, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those gray frames littered about the room in various locations.
And there was a pillar in the center.
There is a pillar embedded into what looks to be floor level in the center of the room.
And the
I'm gonna go
gray
up and
frames
investigate that.
As you get closer to the pillar, again, a very disorienting room as there is no tangible ceiling, floor, walls, anything of that nature. It is just a void of blackness that is somehow lit. Just like the objects within it are clearly visible. But you get up to the pillar and you see that there is a button on top of it. So it's like a pole with a button on top.
How could I not push the button?
True.
Do you push the button?
I'm gonna push the button.
Oh no.
As you depress the button, in the center of the room, above the pillar, everybody sees the number, or a number appear. Let's see, what language? I guess it would be in this language. So you wouldn't even know it's a number.
Oh,
What do you do, Darby? Oh, does it
Can't-
show up as a number for you guys?
nope.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Can't Darby read it since it's quote unquote
He-
kind of written in the air?
Yes. So I want to know what he does.
And that was after I pushed it.
Yeah. You push the button that appears. Do you do anything else? Like this is a split second after pushing it.
I'm gonna push and hold.
Okay, as you hold the button down, you see that it then here's the new number. As it does so, the frames suddenly possess objects. In one of the frames is a white flame. In another appears to be a bottle. In another, a broom. In another, two spinning tops. In another, a sprouting plant. On another, a pink screaming goat. In another still, a book. In yet another, a small miniature fountain overfilling with water. And then lastly, another frame with a handful of green coins spilling out of a tan sack. Continue holding the button.
I suppose so. It's not changing.
Nope. Do you continue to hold the button?
Oh, I was asking if the number was
oh.
changing
Oh,
as I'm holding the button.
I'm putting it in chat.
Okay.
Do you see it in chat?
Yes.
Okay. Do you continue to hold the button?
If I release the button, all the images go away.
Do you release the button?
I release the button.
All of the objects disappear as well as the text overhead.
I'm going to push the button again.
Okay. Do you continue to hold the button?
Okay, it's starting over. Okay, everyone,
see.
memorize these items.
That's
Okay.
a yes or no question.
That's a yes.
Okay.
You've got
Okay.
14 seconds. Memorize them.
Well, all right, I'm going to say them out loud, so
Okay.
you better be writing.
Mhm.
A white flame, a bottle, a broom, two spinning tops, a sprouting plant, a pink screaming goat, a book, a miniature fountain spilling water, and a handful of green coins spilling out of a tan sack.
I got it.
I'm going to continue to type this until you tell me that you stop.
Is there any change as the number gets lower?
No. Continue to hold the button.
I'll let go at 3.
Okay. You let go, the images disappear.
What is everyone else doing in the room while I'm holding the button?
I'm staring at these images. I
Yeah,
have no idea what
you
we're
said
supposed to be doing.
memorize them, so I that's
Memorizing, yeah.
Are the frames approachable?
Mm-hmm. They're in various 3D space about the room. Not in any seemingly static pattern or anything.
Well, go see if you can touch any of them, and I'm going to push the button again.
Text appears overhead.
all right. I'm gonna go up to
Later.
the bottle. And see if I
A
can-
second later, the objects appear. They are in different locations.
Oh. Okay. I'm still gonna go up to the one with a bottle and see if I can like grab it or something.
Okay. Then I'm going to take 2 seconds away from that. So you go up and you touch the bottle. You're now holding a glass bottle.
Holy crap.
Darby, do you continue to hold the button?
Did you like take it out of the frame?
Yeah, like I'm holding it.
Now, if I let go of the button,
The bottle disappears
Okay.
along with everything else.
So at least one of us who's holding the button will be indisposed at all times, it seems. What do we do with all this stuff?
is there anything useful in the list?
Maybe the book.
What type of plant was that?
Have to push
You
the
can
button
roll
and see
nature.
if we can identify it.
Yeah, I'll roll nature to see if I recognized it.
And I'll try to read the book.
I think Darby should try to read.
Unfortunately, it is a plant that you are not familiar with.
Okay.
How do you not have that proficiency? Aren't you a ranger?
I took other stuff
Mm.
rather than nature.
All
All
right,
right, I'm
well,
going
how
to push
about...
the button again. Everyone grab something.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the
The-
book.
Hold on. First second, the digit appears. Then all of the objects appear in different locations. Pedalin, you go for the book. So I'm going to take 3 seconds for that. All right. Pedalin is holding a book. Did anybody else go for anything?
I'm gonna try something, but if Egg wants to do something, I'll let him first.
I try to just stop the tops from spinning.
Okay. You are now holding 2 tops. One is wooden and one is metal.
Okay.
I'll also take 3 seconds for that. So still where we are.
Okay.
Only Darby knows unless he calls it out.
I'm gonna
try and... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna grab a bottle. The bottle.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm
that
gonna
would've
take-
been
Sorry.
2 seconds. So
I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
take it over to the miniature fountain with spilling water and try to fill it.
okay. So that would be. Let me look here. 4 more seconds.
Okay, so we can interact between them.
I'd like to try to attempt to read the book title or, see what's written inside.
There is no title to the tome. As you turn it open, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Me and books, man. I'm just not... Alright.
You're fine, but you realize that this is a mirage book, which is a book where a talented painter has taken many various pigments and dotted them in such a way that you have to cross your eyes in order for an image to form. As you do manage to do so and not get a headache, you recognize that this is a lewd mirage tome.
Ooh.
Ooh.
How many seconds did that cost?
I'm going to take an additional 4 seconds.
Ooh, I'm going to
Okay.
let go.
Wait,
Okay.
wait. I want to try one thing. Don't let go. No.
Don't got time.
Oh no, he has 4 seconds to do something because
Yeah.
that's Pedalin reading her lewd mirage book.
Mhm.
Okay.
Eggs would just put the tops back where he got them, but no, just lying down.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, Egg. You're so pure. In that 4 seconds, I want to run with that bottle with water and pour the water on the sprouting plant.
Okay.
I want to see if it does
Um,
anything.
You won't make it in time in 4 seconds, unfortunately.
Okay, so it'll just like disappear out of existence as I almost get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
If he lets go when he says he lets go, then yes.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, everybody got ideas? I'm gonna push it again.
No, okay,
Wait a
let's
minute,
talk
why-
first.
Yeah. Let's. Why are you releasing the button so soon?
Because it's counting down.
Does it say what happens when it
Disruptive.
counts down?
It doesn't. Do you want to take the gamble?
I kind of do. I kind of want to see what happens when it gets to 0.
Okay, I push the button.
Okay. You continue to hold the button.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to walk up
Objects
beside him.
appear in random locations. Is anybody interacting with any of the objects?
The top's spinning again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is the goat actively screaming?
Wow, that's annoying. And hilarious, by the way. Goat screams
It's not.
are so
It's not
good.
consistent. It's like. Meh, meh. You know, takes a breath.
I'm honestly just going to stand by Darby in case like something attacks him or something at the end. So
Okay.
All right, we're taking a gamble to 0.
All right. So nobody's doing anything else.
I'm just looking through what can I do. It's not gonna.
Well, what if whatever you take when it hits 0, you keep?
that means you should get the goat, obviously.
Peddler reaches for the lewd book. No,
Okay. Petalin is
I'm
holding the
kidding.
Mirage
I'm
Tome.
kidding. I'm not actually reaching for the lewd book. Okay. Well, logically, as players,
Okay, I let
what
go of
should
the
we
button.
take?
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Like, what should we take? What do we think?
Yeah, let's have a conversation.
If it's something that we can quote unquote maybe keep.
I mean, the green coins is obviously tempting because it could be worth something.
I'd prefer not to have a screaming goat.
Yeah. I do wonder why it's pink though.
Did you?
The white flames seem cool.
What
Maybe
about
you
those
could-
tops? Was anything special with the tops?
One was wood, one was metal.
Okay.
You should see.
Egg
the-
stairs. Earnestly.
At what?
At anon.
I'm gonna take the plant. Somebody else
Okay.
should see if they can scoop the flames into the bottle.
That seems like it's going to hurt.
Well,
White flame is kind of hot.
Yeah,
yes,
I'm
you
more
use
in
the
the.
bottle to scoop it. You don't touch
I'm more
it.
in the putting the fountain water in the bottle. Personally, that at least makes sense.
What if it's the fountain of youth?
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
What if
That's
that
the- what
goat
if it's
tastes
fountain of
delicious?
Dysentery.
We don't know how long we're gonna be in here.
Pink goat seared on a white flame.
Delicious.
Yum.
Washed it down with the fountain of youth.
And the
It's a good
sprouting
day
plant
right
on the
there.
side.
Okay, we're just planning dinner at this point.
I'm so
And
hungry.
then you get to sweep up after.
Okay. Yeah, we forgot the broom was even there. Like, none of us have even looked at that.
It does seem fairly mundane compared to a screaming pink.
Yeah, I prefer my brooms to be also screaming.
Well, what if it's a witch's broom and you can fly on it?
What is that?
I mean,
That sounds like
what
meta
if?
knowledge to me. Have any of you seen a flying broomstick before?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Egg's a big Harry Potter fan.
What's Harry Potter? This isn't the fucking Mark Lawrence novel where everything in his fantasy world is actually just Earth after an apocalypse. Speaking of, if you haven't read the Mark Lawrence novels, they're pretty good, but it is very jarring when you realize that it's literally Earth just like a few thousand years after a nuclear fallout and apocalypse.
Like Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only darker.
Uh-huh.
Okay, does everyone have some crazy idea? I push the button.
Oh Lord!
Okay.
Egg is gonna
It's
go get
pressed.
the bottle and trying to get water in it.
Do you continue to hold the button?
Mm-hmm.
The objects appear. Egg, you're going for the bottle. Is that right?
Yep.
All right. Egg, you have acquired the bottle. Oops, I skipped a number. There we go. Anybody else?
God, I can't stop thinking about it. I'm going to the goat.
Oh my God.
Okay. There is a pink screaming goat before you. That's same distance, so you're fine.
It's definitely gonna be a penalty to stealth.
Just stealthing by.
Pedaling.
Ah!
Okay, I guess
As long as you're
I take the
crouching, you'll be
plant.
fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's when you're invisible, obviously.
Plant
Oh,
is a
you know
little
what?
further.
Actually, I'm gonna wait. Darby, if you can tell me when we're down to like the last 2 seconds, that's when I'll take the plant, so as not to speed up the countdown just yet.
Well, you have to go to it. That's what the count.
Right.
Like taking the items isn't speeding up the countdown. It's
Oh,
the time
I
it takes for
see.
you to get there and retrieve it.
Okay, well then I
Yeah.
will go and take the plant.
Okay. All right. Do you
I'm gonna-
continue to hold the button?
Hold it to 0.
Well, I'm going to ask every second. Continue to hold the button.
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
Yep.
Do you
Still
continue to
holding.
hold the button? Okay.
Non, you're getting the goat, right?
He's going to get your goat.
Okay,
Oh.
I just wanted to-
Are you taking the goat? Because as of right
Yeah.
now, you're just standing there looking at a pink goat.
Yep. I'll lift it up.
Okay. It feels like a
Simba.
regular goat.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if you've ever encountered a goat before, but if you haven't, this is what a normal goat feels like. This one's just pink and screaming.
When I pick it up, is
You
it still
continue-
screaming?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you continue to hold the button?
Is there any change with anything in the room?
None so far.
Keep holding.
Do I have any time after filling the bottle?
Oh, you were gonna fill the bottle? I didn't. I thought you were
Yeah.
just grabbing it.
No, I was getting the bottle to fill it with fountain water. That was the whole.
Yeah, you're fine. You probably have a couple of seconds anyway.
Okay.
Is
Then I
the
also
What do you
just
wanna-
try to grab the nearest other thing.
That would be. Let's see. What you're at the fountain.
Yeah.
That would be the broom, actually.
Yes, that's what I wanted.
Well, as you get to the broom, you see that it's like a push broom, but it has like a
Jet
wire
engines
brush.
on it?
No, like a wire brush
Mm.
head to it. All right. Do you continue to hold the button?
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
Yep.
Okay,
Anything
do you-
different at this second?
Make a perception check.
Petalin is getting very nervous.
Oh, hey, I'm decent at that.
So as your hand is on the button and you glance about the room, you're pretty sure that you see that the white flame has begun to flicker and shrink compared to its previous size. And you're pretty sure you spot a bit of pink in the fire. Do you continue to hold the button?
I let go of the button.
Okay.
I thought we were holding the button down to 0 this time.
Something changed. The fire turned pink.
Uh-oh.
I got it. Put the goat in the fire.
No.
Don't tell us you've named it.
Not yet.
What color is the bottle?
Glass, so mostly clear, but slightly green, I guess.
And the sprouting plant, is it in a pot?
You should name the goat Pete, because it's like pink bleat.
All right. I love Pete.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
Is the plant in a pot, or is it just like in a little mound of
It-
dirt?
It's like in a loose mound of dirt.
Is that all the items accounted for? The flame, the goat. Oh, there was
Well-
the top still. Then there's the
Which
broom.
are wood and metal.
And the
I
coins.
haven't looked at the coins.
Oh, right.
Coins, the green coins out of a tan
And
sack.
yeah.
What? The little mini fountain, is it made of metal or stone?
Stone.
Stone. Feel like there's some kind of pattern that we're missing.
D-
Um,
Do we agree
Are
that
coins in a
color
vessel?
is important here?
yes.
Yeah, okay. Because, like, why would he tell us it's green coins out of a tan sack and a
Yeah.
pink goat, right?
Yeah. And white flames.
What if all of these are red herrings?
Red,
It's
that's a good color.
possible.
Yep.
God damn it.
Also, please keep in mind that actually, you guys know you can't see the numbers, so you don't know where the countdown is at any given time. Only Darby does.
That's true.
That's why Darby's on button duty.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's spitball some ideas about what this puzzle is.
Well, how about
Um,
this? Everyone just watch, because I noticed a change on the white flame, but that was only with 1 second left.
Okay. So we're going to go down to 1 second again, and we're going to look actively for any changes in any of the other items.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, at 1 second, everybody make perception checks.
Okay.
And give me one item that you might be focusing on.
The goat. Pete.
The tops.
Okay.
Actually, I'll focus on the fountain. I guess most interested in the fountain now.
Okay.
He loves water so much.
Darby.
I'm going to focus on...
It's a very important part of his life.
Oh, I didn't think I got one. I figured I was just watching the button not to fuck up.
I let you look last time.
Okay.
You know what?
Petalin,
Fuck
what
it.
are you
I'm
looking
going to focus on the broom.
Okay.
I watched the coins.
Okay. All right. At 1 second, you're looking at the coins. What'd you roll? Okay. You're pretty sure it looks as though the coins are actually spilling back into the bag. You aren't sure if it's a trick of your eyes or what, but in the short amount of time, it looks as though maybe they're being pulled back in. Egg watching the fountain. It's mesmerizing. Petalin watching the broom. It is very broom-like. You're pretty sure that it does literally nothing in the span of a second. And Anon, what were you looking at?
The goat.
Pete.
Pete.
Okay. You see that Pete has stopped screaming in the last second, and his eyes are rapidly scanning back and forth. Darby, do you continue to hold the button?
No, we need to talk through
Okay.
what we saw.
Okay, so you let it go at 1 second again, correct?
Yeah.
Because Pete over here looked very nervous, like he knew something was up.
What
Oh,
if someone
nothing
gets
happened.
into the frame?
it's an inside goat job.
Please don't talk about goat jobs.
Well, nothing happened with the broom, because it's a broom.
You don't know that. Maybe everything was happening with it. Maybe it just didn't happen. Maybe it was just, taking its time, pacing itself.
And I watched
Only
the
gave it a
coins,
second.
and they seem to spill back into the sack.
That's just madness.
I point vaguely around the room after that comment.
Around the void.
Coin spilling back. That's just silly.
Preposterous, even.
Unlike the rest of this.
Yeah.
This is serious business, Darby.
The coins are the weirdest part after the talking weapons
Yeah.
and
After everything he's seen, suddenly Egg is skeptical.
Okay, well what if we do it again, but we focus on different things now, like the flames, the tops.
But we know what the flame did.
Well, we know what it did once. It might do something different this time.
True.
So basically we just focus on the stuff that moves. The tops, Pete again, I suppose.
The plant.
Flames, the plant.
Okay, I'll take the flame again.
Okay.
Alright, I'll focus on the
Well,
plant.
we'll get there. So it's at, let's say it's at 1 second again. Make your check and then tell me what you're looking at. And then so do that one at a time, please. We'll start with Darby.
The white flame.
It looks as though it has grown to 3 times the size as before and is growing at a bright, pure white.
Okay, I'm going to focus on the plant.
You see that it has shed all of its leaves, and in its place are tiny skulls.
Oh man.
In their places. Egg.
The bottle.
The bottle is inverted, and in fact, it looks as though it's, for whatever reason, you can see that it's pulling air into it. Anon.
The tops.
The tops are stacked. In fact, the tops are spinning. You blink, and then a moment later, they're stacked. Darby, do you continue to hold the button?
You know what? Fuck it. Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
shit.
All of the objects disappear, and a door opens at the opposite end of the void space.
It was a red herring.
Or there's a pink goat with 2 stacked tops on it, on fire, with the air being sucked into a giant bottle in that doorway.
And
While
we missed it.
spilling water and green coins.
Sure, whatever. I got lost along the journey of that story.
Well, shall we go through the door, I suppose?
I guess.
We're going through the door.
Let's do it.
So as Darby releases the button, you see that it does not rise again for a few seconds, and then does as you head toward the door.
I'm gonna run back and push it again.
The door closes, and the countdown starts over. No, I'm kidding. You push the button down, and nothing happens.
Just had to know.
There is a faint echoing bleat of a goat that fills the room.
Aw.
Poor Pete.
Okay. Does everybody head out of the room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. As the last person exits the doorway into the next area, you find once again, with some familiarity, that there is no entryway behind you. You now find yourself standing in a hall filled with portraits of various vaguely humanoid figures. They're all just out of focus enough that you can't make out any detail. In total, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 portraits. As you go down the hallway. Is everybody just gonna keep moving along?
Anybody I recognize?
Do you have out of focus vision fixer?
You mean glasses? No, I don't have glasses.
All right. So then no, you don't recognize any of the blurry, vaguely humanoid shapes, except toward the end of the hall on the right side, maybe the third from the end, instead of a humanoid shape, it is vaguely animalistic and rather pink.
Oh,
Aw.
Pete.
At the end of the hallway is a simple doorway.
As we moved past any of the painting, did we notice any sort of shifting in them?
Well, you can make a perception check and maybe elaborate on what you mean by shifting.
Like as we moved past them, they also moved?
In what sense? Like the portraits are following you, or what?
Yeah. I know like we
Like-
can't make out their eyes, but
Oh, are you're asking if their vision is following you, like if the eyes are tracking you?
well, because they're out of focus, can't necessarily make out detail. But if there's
yeah,
any
but
sort of
you can
movement
you
in
can
the
see that
portrait,
they have eyes. But yeah. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay. None that you can tell. But you do notice that there is a small inscription in each of the portraits. The text is too small to be legible, however.
is this
At
like
least not. Go ahead.
is this on the frame or on the painting itself?
On the painting itself.
Like on the bottom of each?
Top right, by the way.
I guess follow-up
That was
question, how high off the ground are these?
They are at eye level.
Are you wanting to take one down?
Well, okay. Eye level as in our eyes meet their vague eyes?
You would need to look up slightly to meet their eyes,
Okay.
giving the impression that maybe this is well, kind of like a regal line of some sort, because you're supposed to look up to them.
Hmm. Gonna go up to the one that looks like Pete and give it a wiggle.
You find the frame is rigidly set into the wall.
Hmm.
Touch the painting or the portrait.
Sure, we're touching everything today.
Okay. It does feel as though it is canvas. Make a perception check. You're pretty sure that based off your experience, this is an oil painting of some sort. Yet, as your fingers come away, you find that the paint is still damp.
Hmm.
And you have left a smudge where you had previously touched.
I might have killed Pete.
Uh-oh.
You what?
Well, I feel sufficiently creeped out in this hall. Anybody have any bright ideas, or shall we continue?
I also
Man,
am
let's get outta
uneasy.
here.
Yeah.
What if there's something more?
You want to take Pete's picture?
Well, we can't. It's stuck on the wall.
I have an axe.
No.
And the paint's still wet.
How strange.
All right, let's go then.
I'm gonna go
Um,
back to where we started in this hallway and touch
Mhm.
the paint on one of those, like in a corner. Is that one also still wet?
Yes.
Okay.
So presumably they're all still wet.
Now you have
Yeah.
2 more paint smudges on your fingers.
I'm just gonna like wipe my hand on the back of egg.
Hey,
You leave a trio of paint fingerprints on the back of your brother's whatever he's wearing.
got paint smears on my slave clothes. Thanks. Fuck these pants.
Egg, think of it as now you have the most colorful slave clothes. Therefore, they're the best.
See, they're still slave clothes.
But they're the best slave clothes. Look at your brother. He doesn't even have sleeves.
Oh, he's missing one sleeve, I think.
Oh no, I ripped off both. Had to be
Oh,
symmetrical.
I see.
Yeah,
I
to
feel
show
like
off
there's
those
something more.
guns.
Yes, my +0 strength modifier.
Yeah.
Your very average human guns.
It's nothing
Huh?
special.
Your regular trigun.
Weeb!
Yep.
I feel like there might be something more here, so I don't want to just rush ahead.
Yeah. I just
You want to lick the painting?
the schnozberries taste like schnozberries.
I did get that joke. I just didn't laugh at it.
Story of my life.
Okay, first off, let's go see if that door at the end's actually locked or not.
Okay. As you make your way to the end of the hallway, you see it is a simple wooden door. You aren't sure how it would lock unless it were barred on the other side.
Well, things went poorly when I didn't investigate a door last time, so I'm gonna this time.
A brilliant deduction, Professor. As you investigate the door, you see on the brass, it's like a brass push plate on one side of the door where you would put your hand on it and push it forward. That there are indeed inscribed tiny little runes.
Adorable.
Aha!
Those Capcan traps get you every time.
Every time.
Aha. Too bad that game went to shit. They just need to make a second one.
Can't they just introduce new operators?
They need to make a second one and fix the game because it has a lot of problems.
Yeah, it's fine. Do I want to blow dispel magic on this?
I mean, why don't you try disable device with your thieves tools?
Hey, I did take some.
Just smush the runes.
Ooh. Oh, that's literally could not have done worse. So, Darby reaches out to see if he can maybe dislodge the brass plate from the door frame, as that would be the safest way, in his opinion, to dismantle the magic. But in doing so, he doesn't realize that the door itself wasn't barred. And so, as he kind of tries to brace himself against the door begins to push open, and in doing so, his hand slides down and touches the brass plate. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
You know what? This is par for the course for Darby.
Oh fuck. Okay. You take 6 strength damage.
Ooh.
So much for those average guns.
You find your guns greatly diminished and yourself very tired. You are likely no longer able to carry your full heft of gear or whatever you happen to have. Even the rapier is heavy in your hands.
Dang.
This is
And your
really
armor
bad.
is now claustrophobically oppressive.
You okay there, buddy?
But you do see that the door swung open, not entirely unlike a swinging door, and then swung back closed. And in that briefest of moment you glimpsed beyond, you saw that it is indeed yet another pitch black shadow. Give me a perception check, Darby.
Good thing that doesn't rely on strength.
For the briefest of moments, it looked as though you glimpsed what could have been like maybe a throne room or an audience chamber of some sort. Looked like a large carpet on the floor, and it was just like a flash of vision, like not something you saw, but something you sensed. Like maybe a long carpet on the floor leading to a large stairwell, whereupon there was a great throne. But through the ceiling was like a great, like a spike had pierced through at some point, and at the tip there sat something which was dripping, and suckling from that dripping was like a small puddle, like a slime that had affixed itself and was suckling from the spike.
And the door is closed again, huh?
Yes. But realizing the location of the trap, you also know that you could quite easily just push the door open anywhere other than the brass plate.
Hmm.
That
But
seems easier.
should you touch it for whatever reason, you know what fate awaits.
Okay, I really need someone to carry me now. I'm gonna take off my breastplate.
Okay. Yeah, we'll have to do the math on what carrying capacity is real quick. 5e carrying capacity. Strength score multiplied by 15. So
My maximum encumbrance is 6.
60. 60 pounds. So what does the breastplate weigh?
20.
20 pounds. So a third of your carrying capacity.
I mean, I don't got much else.
That's true. So you can wear it. I don't want you to lose it for no reason. For flavor purposes, it is a rather oppressive weight. But I think that plus your other gear would put you at over 50% encumbrance, which has specific penalties.
I'm
I
not
mean, we
carrying
can
that much
carry
else.
we can carry some stuff for you.
Yeah.
The only things with actual weight are the weapon at the breastplate.
Um, are you carrying more than 50 pounds of gear?
There is no way. Because I've literally got the thieves' tools, my hat, a rock, my
Okay. So
amulet.
then your speed is 10 feet less than at your current encumbrance.
Ooh, I can put a negative modifier on speed. Cool. Okay, I'll push the door open, not on the plate.
Okay. It swings open quite freely into that same glimpse of shadow or rather that empty shadow you saw before. Do you hold it open or do you let it swing back?
Hold it open.
Okay.
Well, on with it.
Egg moves to step through the door.
Yep,
Now
me
that
too.
Okay.
someone's holding it for him.
Okay.
Now that
Pedalin takes
Mm-hmm.
Pedalin
Pedalin
takes out
what?
her dagger, pokes a small hole in a painting, and then goes in through the door.
Okay. Pedalin, Darby, Anon, and Egg all exit the hallway into yet another pitch black room of nothing. In fact, Pedalin, you see nothing.
And so the torch is no longer providing
Are
light.
you guys? Oh, are you guys carrying the torch?
Yeah.
yep.
Nobody specified
a-
that. So
Oldie light source.
okay. So then with the torch, it looks as though you might be in like an antechamber, almost like a foyer before maybe a grand hall. You see a door at the far end. And Pedalin, give me a perception check since you're the only one with dark vision. Okay, give me 1 second here. All right. All right. Sorry, I accidentally closed the page I needed, so I had to reopen it. All right. Don't accidentally close your pages, people. Make you very unhappy. All right. Pedalin, you have barely a moment to call out as you see just 3 of the faintest outlines of a creature rapidly advancing on each of your on your group. I don't
I do
remember who
so.
said. I don't remember who said they went through the door first.
I think Egg went through the
Egg
door
went
Well,
through.
first.
I'm. Is everybody positive about that?
It
Or
was
should I roll
Egg,
a d4?
me, and then Pedalin stabbed a thing and went through after Darby held their door.
Okay.
He was last.
Right. Darby held the door, so he would have been last. Okay, so Egg is the lucky winner of the first attack, which comes against him.
Woo! Go Egg.
Here. So Pedalin barely has time to call out before Egg feels what like a cold sensation pass through him. Oh yeah, because that's a hit. And he feels his life force drained. And as this happens, everybody sees like this like the light of the torch pulled towards a creature, which illuminates it, and you see the outline of a man holding a blade, which is also just an outline, which is just cut through him. You succeed on that. Fine. We will roll initiative next time on Dragon Ball Z. So we're gonna call it here.
Ooh,
Gotcha.
nice.
Because we are just about to hit midnight. So
Sure.
the group leaves the hallway of paintings, enters a new room of pitch blackness. Egg, being the person who first entered the room, is the unlucky recipient of an attack from an unseen creature, which is only momentarily illuminated by your bright burning torch, as what looks to be like the outline of a man. All right. Any questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Pretty good.
No.
Pretty good puzzles.
Okay. All right. Then we're going to call session here. I know that Homer's working next weekend as well. We could do the same thing. We could do another 8 to 12 if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine with me.
Okay. Then we'll do another 8 to 12 next weekend, and we'll pivot from there and see where we need to go.
Okay.
Any
Sounds good.
questions, comments, concerns before we head out?
Way to go, Egg, for figuring out the puzzle.
Pete's okay, right?
We may never know.
Damn.
Pete's
That's a
dead
no.
for sure.
Yeah, it's no. He went to the farm, upstate.
He was already on the farm upstate.
He was dead the whole
All right.
time.
All right.
Will
Any other
shooting
questions?
my gun blow my arm off?
It might do something.
Okay.
What is your strength score now with that minus?
4.
Damn.
Hey, I'm stronger than you now.
I'm at a
It is-
negative 3.
It is not shiny for me, you lucky witch. How do you keep finding all these shiny Pokemon? She just found a shiny Onix in Pokemon Go. So.
Oh,
And now
nice.
she's got 2 shinies, and I have 1. And I only got 1 because it was a boosted shiny chance. Stupid game. All right. Nothing else? All right. I'm going to go ahead and close the session.
Okay.
And I will see you guys next weekend.
Yeah,
See
same.
Nice.
Thank you, everybody, for coming to play.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Good
it's
game.
fun.